You're watching the Sunoco Minor League Cricket Championship, brought to you by our 2023 partners.
Hello and welcome to the Baltimore Cricket Complex here in beautiful Atlanta, Georgia. Clear skies for another exciting day of cricket here in the United States in this 2023 Sunoco Minor League Cricket Championship. We're wrapping up Labor Day weekend. Wishing you all a very happy Labor Day in your own right. And thank you for joining us here on this excellent Monday. The umpires are starting to make their way onto the field as we'll get things going between the Atlanta Lightning and the Baltimore Royals. The Lightning winning the toss and electing to bat first on this wicket. That'll again see its 11th consecutive inning on top of it. The Baltimore Royals unchanged 11 from their previous match. Shahil Kapoor, Shami Gotra, Aryan Batra in there. No Bipul Sharma available today. They go with Ritvik Behera, Sabjit Ladda, Jaskran Malhotra captaining, and will lead from the front with bat in hand. Ravinder Singh, Ahad Malik, Derval Green, Neil Navrekar, and Pargat Singh. And then for the Atlanta Lightning, a couple of changes for them, but always led in keeping wicket is Udmuk Chand. He'll open the batting. Hussain Talat will be one of the opening bowlers, you'd presume, with Pankaj Kumar Rao. Funny Samhadri, the leading wicket taker in all of 2022 through minor league cricket. Junaid Siddiqui, the Canadian. Here Patel in the 11. No Aaron Chenchu today, but they've gone to Mark Parchment, Neve McNally, Sagar Patel, JC Bhutan back into the 11. And they've now also brought in Dhanush Kavripakam, who will make his way in filling that under-19 slot for the Atlanta Lightning. It's going to be an intense day of cricket here. You see the two men there opening the batting for the Atlanta Lightning. Of course, the captain, Udmuk Chand, who has started to find some runs in the previous couple of matches, especially when we talk about against the Baltimore Royals. Really found a liking to Derval Green. And then Mark Parchment, who's been good all the way through the season, and is really starting to find some of that consistency that we've been waiting from him. For the Baltimore Royals, they'll make their way onto the field. And for those of you who are just joining us in today's play, we just saw an absolute blinder of a match played between the Morrisville Raptors and the Orlando Galaxy, where the Orlando Galaxy got their first win of the season, defending 143 and taking 8 wickets in the final 5 overs to win that matchup there. And the Orlando Galaxy raced off, and they just won the cup. And rightfully so, getting that first win. You can see opening the bowling is going to be Shami Gotra once again. He's been so good in this position for the Baltimore Royals all throughout the tournament. And once again, will be given the ball. Again, similar to Sumit Sarawat, if you were joining us from the Orlando Galaxy matchup. I'm Om Patel giving you coverage of this matchup. Is our entire production team led and directed and produced by the one, the only Babar Beg, doing an incredible job giving you all the pictures we've seen, with the two cameramen, Junaid and Khalid, working very hard in the blazing Atlanta sun. We're going to have an absolute scorcher on our hands here as well. What a time to be alive. What a time to be a cricket fan in the United States. Wrapping up these 38 matches over the course of Labor Day weekend. The final game that we played at the Spuddenveers Cricket Complex. It's been an excellent 4 days of cricket. And we thank you once again for joining us. Shami Gotra will start things off to Mark Parchment. These two teams played just a couple of days ago, where the Lightning absolutely took it to the Baltimore Royals on a different wicket, on a different ground. And the Royals, seeing that Raptors loss, the equation becomes easier. They would be needing to pretty much win out. If they win out, they would guarantee their spot. Currently stationed in 3rd place. Shami Gotra, first ball to Mark Parchment. Chopped on! Wicket off his very first delivery. Shami Gotra has done the job. Staying a little low on Mark Parchment, and Gotra with his very first delivery breaks through. What a start for the Baltimore Orioles, a dream start. Getting the in-form batter out. Parchment will have to walk off because of an excellent delivery from Shami Gotra to start things off. Just take a look at this right here. It's on a length, right outside the off stump. Maybe just not rising as much as he would have expected, but he's chopped it on to the base of the stumps. And a dream start for Jaskaran Malhotra, Shami Gotra, and the Baltimore Royals. Again, this is an important matchup. The Lightning currently seated at first place in the Southern Division, tied right now with the Atlanta Fire, and not how they would have wanted to start, with themselves winning the toss, choosing to bat first. Really, really good stuff here from the Baltimore Royals. And this is exactly what Shami Gotra is known for, what he can do. Bring about a left-hander, joining Udmuk Chand in the middle and having to rebuild and find their way back into this match. It's here Patel, the youngster, the under 21. He was known for his exploits with ball and bat through youth cricket in the United States. He's now come in the one-down spot. Tall task for the young man. And starts off well, picks up runs straight away. Here Patel, will be a couple of them, has to hurry back, and a little bit of a bobble will make it easy in the end. Good start for the young here Patel as he looks to build confidence, bringing in a left-hand, right-hand combination. An interesting choice not to go with Asaga Patel, who's accustomed to opening the batting, but the Atlanta Lightning wanting to test out their younger players. And Jaskaran Malhotra's made a change in the field. He's sent covers out onto the circle, and I think he's going to send the covers all the way to the boundary. He will. And I think it's because Gotra does get a touch bit of movement, probably keep it around the off stump in a drivable distance with slip and play. I think he's just daring here Patel to hit through covers, drive through the line of the ball. Good first over so far. Good two deliveries for Shami Gotra. Pushed to third man. Very intentional there from here Patel. He's looked in good rhythm so far. The young lefty, and will bring about Udmuk Chand into the middle. He just took apart the Baltimore Royals in their first matchup, taking Derval Green for plenty of runs. Derval Green ended up going for 49 runs through 3.5 overs. In the game, the Lightning just stole away from the Baltimore Royals. Before that, had just been struggling to get amongst the runs. The major leaguer for the Los Angeles Knight Riders. Cut away, just away from that man at backward point. Does well, deep cover. Quite nearly the second wicket on the board for the Royals. Take another look at this. It's cut sharply. It's in the air, and it was low and to the right of that man at backward point. And Shami Gotra thought he had his man, thought he had two in the over. Would have been really an unbelievable start. Wouldn't have ever dreamed of a start like that if they were to have taken that wicket. Close eye is going to be kept on the Lauderdale Lions and Atlanta Fire matchup, where the Fort Lauderdale Lions will need 121 in their 20 overs. Again, plenty of playoff positions to play for. Closer to here Patel this time was Gotra, keeping him in his spot there. One delivery to go. A good start from the seamer. Again, that initial wicket of Parchment, who is usually the big explosive bat to start innings off. It just creates a different feel in the Lightning camp because it now rests upon the shoulders of, you would believe it, Mukchan to get going early, which in his minor league career is not something he's had to do. He's been more of that facilitator, letting the others around him take singles. Not that he can't do it, but just a new role that he'll have to come and play to. First over goes 5 for the loss of 1.
आ गया है लक्ष्मी बासमती राइस को घर लाने का। लक्ष्मी एक्स्ट्रा लॉन्ग बासमती राइस। इसका हर दाना हो इतना लंबा, पकते हुए महके और प्लेट पे क्या खूब खिले। हाँ, मेरे घर लाने का।
Well, Jaskran Malhotra's taking ball in hand, seeing the left-hander on strike, wants to bowl to him, try his off-spinner, slip in place. Jaskran, a very different bowler to a lot of the spinners that the Royals have in their arsenal. Much quicker through the air, much flatter, tends to be fuller in length, and always angling towards the stumps, even from over the wicket. Is always looking to attack the stumps, makes him dangerous. Just bowled the one over against the Atlanta Lightning previously. Pulled into the leg side, tries to catch it, won't carry. Malhotra disappointed in the effort that the fielder has put in there, but I don't think there's a real poor shout there. Again, it's hit high off the bat and just really had a chance. He was stationed well on the circle and never even got there, but had to move very, very quickly. Again, Malhotra always animated, always eager, always looking for that wicket. Feels that there's always a chance to get it, and again, very tedious in the way he likes to go about his bowling and his captaincy. Always adjusting the field. You can see a deep mid-wicket in place now. Mid-wicket inside the ring, opening up covers. Trying to get slip into place. Pulled, fielder just put out there. Taken! The fielder just moved there, and Jaskran Malhotra, a big celebration for him as he's taking the wicket of the young Hir Patel. Immediately moves the fielder there, and Hir Patel, all he could do was pick him out. The second wicket in the second over. The Royals off to a flyer of a start. Just take another look. Again, similar delivery. And Hir Patel just couldn't help himself. And all he could do was pick out the man in the deep who a delivery ago was maybe seeing some death stares from his captain for not attacking that delivery this time. Right down his throat. Takes the catch. And the experiment at the top has not worked. And Hir Patel has to go. Again, just falling into the trap laid out by Jaskran Malhotra. Again, Hir Patel just falling into that trap. Malhotra, much better start to this over. We mentioned earlier, just one against the Atlanta Lightning previous to this. But all he gave up was 7 runs, but didn't elect to bring himself back. Today, he's taking the wicket of Hir Patel early, and we'll have Sagar Patel now on strike, and the senior member of the side, accustomed to opening the batting or playing up top. Was surprised to not see him come in when the wicket fell that early. And again, for Sagar Patel, member of the Atlanta Fire in years past, now representing the Lightning will face off against the Baltimore Royals, and Jaskier Malhotra, the captain. How does the off-spinner fare now, facing two right-handers? Udmukchan, I don't know, we'll see any more of his partners at the other end fall for some time. Good delivery there. Again, quick through the air. Doesn't give the batters a lot of time. Rushes onto them, and on this surface, and could just have a delivery that might stay low, surprise the batters. Looking to just run it through, unable to get real bat on it. This is a good over brewing for Malhotra and the Royals. Hasn't given up a run yet. Taking that wicket of Hier Patel. This is a wicket maiden on the cards. One delivery left in the second over. Left alone. Not a wide. Signaled from the umpire. Dot ball to close things off. It's a wicket maiden for the Royals skipper. 2 overs gone, 5 for 2.
Took that last corner pretty quick.
Sir, I need one hand on the roof, one hand on the pump.
Timeout for Sunoco Go Rewards.
Keep pumping.
With new Sunoco Go Rewards, when you fuel, you save, because rewards come first.
Shamighotra back for his second over. On the legs of Udmukchan early. Big shout, big shout. Chance of a run out. Would have been close had it hit. All happening on that play. Udmukchan sending his partner back. Sagar Patel was off in a hurry. This one looked close here. Just hitting on the legs and probably trailing down the leg side. But nearly a chance of a run out right there. Had it made contact, Sagar Patel was well gone. Slip still in place for Shamighotra. Extra bounce on offer that time. Effort ball. It's a good strong start, putting pressure on the Lightning captain. Again, Malhotra would love to see that. Malhotra and Chan, the two captains of today, would have seen a lot of each other through Major League Cricket. Remember, both a part of the Los Angeles Knight Riders, both regular fixtures in that 11. Disappointing season for them in Major League, but minor league, their two teams are off to the races, as this one is just pushed out to backward point. The Royals are having a strong start. You can see the intensity, the fire in the field. They're not giving an inch here. You love to see the fight from the Royals, and I think that's really their identity. They're a team that fights. You can see they have a bunch of aggressive-natured individuals, a lot of alpha males. And they're going at the other team, and they're working together in unison. And they've been really good through the tournament so far, trying to lock themselves into that third position in the Southern Division in hopes of making the playoffs. Let alone no runs on offer. All he could do was fend it away, Udmukchan. Again, it's a difficult surface to score on. Never going to be one where you can just hit through the line. Two-pace nature of the wicket, baking in the sun. Some cracks going to start to open up as you continue to bat on the surface. We've seen some deliveries skid on and some slide through. Those are exact verbs that were used to describe the wicket from a couple of players that I've talked to. This one straying down the leg side. Big shout, big shout. Called wide. Called wide. Was there a sound involved? Says no, the umpire. Malhotra can't quite believe it. Having a word with the umpire now. Saying, how have you not called that wide? Pass close to the glove, but I think well off to the right of it. I think it's a good call. I think the sound might have just been the whiff of the bat through the air. Very, very tight. Of course, the tie would have to go to the batter in this case scenario. But still a strong over for Shami Gotra. Just the one run off that extra. That's a huge shot. Unmukjan seen enough. Finally got a ball that was full and sent it well over the leg side. Oh, no run. What's happened there? Oh, the bails have fallen off. The bails have come off. That's going to be a dead ball. That's going to be a dead ball. I think the wind might have just knocked the bails over. Just take a look at those bails behind Unmukjan. They're off there. They're off when the ball's being delivered. Yeah, it's a good call from the umpire. And the Lightning are going to be in agony now. Can't believe it. Can't believe it. They finally got their captain hitting a huge six, but the zing bails falling off. This one, another extra, another wide, trying to be a little extra pacey that time, Gotra. But again, pulled the length back, which I think is the key for me on this wicket. It's been all about the length. Even if you're a touch wider, as long as you're on a good length, you've seen it been tough to score. But if you're full, that's where you've seen the batters have the most success. So that's going to be a key to note out for if you're bowling on this wicket. Again, final game on this surface for the weekend. Like that, like that, like that. Staying low, sliding through. Unmukjan, again, on a length. It's just hard to play. You can't just wait for the ball to rise to you. It's going to do something different off the surface. You've seen batters fall to cross-bat shots angled in toward the stumps time and time again. And this seems to be a tailor-made wicket for Shami Gotra and the way he likes to bowl on that hard length. Brilliant start here for the Royals. Just 7 runs on the board. Already 2 wickets down. Can they add Unmukjan to the tally? Will be a single out to third man. A good over. Just 1 off the bat. 3 overs gone. 8 for 2.
वक्त आ गया है लक्ष्मी बासमती राइस को घर लाने का। लक्ष्मी एक्स्ट्रा लॉन्ग बासमती राइस। इसका हर दाना हो इतना लंबा, पकते हुए महके और प्लेट पे क्या खूब खिले। हाँ, मेरे घर लाने का।
Back here at the Putnam Veers Cricket Complex. But we're going to see some more spin to continue for the Baltimore Royals in the form of Jaskar Malhotra. Pushed into the offside. No run on offer. Been very, very tight. Unmukjan saw the entirety of that previous over. He's now seeing his former teammate with the Los Angeles Knight Riders. The 2 captains going head-to-head here with bat and ball. In the air, just falls short, just falls short. We've seen a couple times where the ball has just fallen short of the fielders, and much to the dismay of the Baltimore Royals, it does so once again. You just take another look at this, just pushing at it with John. Outside edge, just in front of backward point. Cut, this time in the gap. Is going to find a couple of runs. They'll hold up in the grass. Has to hurry now with Unmukjan. They got stuck in the surface trying to come back. But ends up getting 2 in the end. Malhotra moving off into the offside. Just want to have a word with his fielders in the offside. Again, very tedious in the field, always wanting to check the angle and cut those angles off. Very aggressive captain Malhotra. Of course, started out with the Morsel franchise. Now, past 2 seasons with Baltimore. First season captaining the Royals. John looked to go deep through the leg side. It'll be along the carpet for 1. But some runs coming now for Mukchan. This is going to be key for the Lightning if they want to pose a big total here. It's going to be about Mukchan batting through the innings and batting for a good period of time, holding on to wickets maybe to the last 13 to 15 overs for the likes of Neve McNally and Jesse Bouton and Junaid Siddiqui from there. Well bowled from Jaskaran Malhotra, the captain. Not being phased by the early movement from Sagar Patel. Kept it on stumps, and again, it's a good length from Malhotra. I would like to see him slow one up, just because the surface does offer some grip. He could find himself another wicket. Down the ground, cries of catch it. Fielder there. No, just away. It ends up being 4 runs as well. The Royals can't believe this. Had to run a long ways from wide, mid-on. Always going to be tough going backwards. But he's put it down, and to rub salt to the wound is 4. Again, that's up in the air. You can see him now into your screen running backwards. Unable to take it, and it goes all the way for 4. It's hit his hands, and you can see very, very upset for the Baltimore Royals at the conclusion of that one. A very intense team. Terrible Green thought it should have been a regulation take. Won't be in the end. It'll close out an exciting over of play. 4 overs gone. It's 15 for 2. And the Atlanta Lightning escaping. So was Sagar Patel there. Had he seen the dugout now, just would have opened up the middle order in the power play. 10 with 11 runs on the board. But the Royals have to find a way out of that drop chance. Can't get too caught up in the fact that that was an opportunity, a real opportunity to put the Lightning in some early trouble. Malhotra will change the bowling. Derval Green, who was just stationed at long off, is now going to get the ball in hand. Now, this could be a moment in the game because Udmukchand did take Derval Green for some runs. It was just far too short, far too wide consistently. So it's now going to need to find his line and length early. Can bowled well on this wicket yesterday in that loss for the Baltimore Royals. So if he can do something similar with the pressure already set, create some problems. First ball into Mukchand. Short down the leg side. All kept by Ahad Malik, but freebie, but also for Derval Green, has to be a little bit fuller. This is the length that Mukchand picked him apart from yesterday. Excuse me, a couple days prior. Derval Green is such a consistent individual. Runs on offer from Mukchand, just one of them down to third man. Again, Derval Green, you can see much closer to stumps. That's the key for him throughout the day, something to watch for. And Sagar Patel now gonna have to rely on him with the Atlanta Lightning and his veteran leadership. Such an impressive bat. Very good through both the off and the leg side. But again, a lot of pressure with the way the scoreboard is at the moment. Have to keep runs ticking. Good delivery. It's a good delivery from Derval Green. Late movement away on a length. This is where he was so effective when we talk about him at Church Street Park. Finding a similar line and length so far today. Again, it could just create some problems for the Baltimore Royals. Again, after that loss to the Fort Lauderdale Lions yesterday, this team's looking to bounce back in a strong way. It was a close match. they just weren't able to get to the other side of. And Derval Green right now seems to have put on an extra yard of pace from yesterday. Seems to be bowling angry at the moment. Big grunts at the end and finishing close to the bat. But you can see how that one's just skidded through on Sagar Patel. And on this length, he's always dangerous, Derval Green, with a slight movement away, but becomes ever so more dangerous. You have a surface aiding the bowlers. This time short, and it beats the Had Malik, who is wrong-footed of all sorts. It'll be signaled leg by. It's just off the body of Sagar Patel. 4 runs. Not a bad delivery from Derval Green, but you just see it there off the body. And the Atlanta Lightning have the drums going at the moment because they're just celebrating every bit of runs they can get, trying to salvage their power play. If you get to 120, you give yourself a chance, but if you bring yourself to 140, we just saw the Orlando Galaxy defend that with some really good bowling. Just getting checked out here, Sagar Patel. I hope he's all right, because I didn't catch any part of the helmet on the way through. Again, gotta love the safety protocols that are in place here in cricket, just looking out for the benefit of the players. And just giving him some water, checking him out after what was a pretty nasty delivery from Derval Green. He has that ability to just surprise you with the length. Can throw in that slower ball that's just ever so effective. But Patel now, that boundary will ease some pressure, but still is not seeing it completely well yet. Hasn't found real bad on ball. The one boundary near opportunity. Still saw 4 off of the chest. But wants to find some runs off the middle of the bat. Pushed, beats wide, long off. Should be at least 1. Malhotra there to keep it to just 1. Good bowling from Derval Green, going a touch fuller, but Sagar Patel holding his ground. And again, you can see the shape there. Is exactly why he's so formidable of a batter and why he scores so many runs. We've seen him for the Atlanta Fire in years past score a heap of runs in a hurry. Doesn't have to hurry in this innings, just has to stick in for the Atlanta Lightning. Unmukhchand, 6 off of 12. Still looking for his first boundary of the day. And Derval Green won't give it to him. It'll just be 1 down to third man. Still another good over for the Baltimore Royals. 5 overs gone, 23 for 2.
What got into you?
At Sunoco, we know how to fuel peak performance. Fuel your best.
Malhotra back. In the air, just over. The man at cover point inside the ring. Unmukhchand gets himself a boundary, not without risk, but a welcome 4 runs for the Atlanta Lightning skipper. Yeah, just a second look. It was wide, full. He was always going to throw his arms at it. Got enough of the elevation right to beat the man at cover point for 4 runs. Again, Malhotra's look to be quick and full to Unmukhchand. Just to be wondering if he's willing to slow things up bring things back to stumps and pull the length back. Just try to see if John will slog sweep and open up those stumps. And we've seen so many wickets happen because of that. Just curious to see how this plays out. Up in the air, hasn't timed it well. There's a fielder there at mid-on. Taken. Unmukhjan has to go. One boundary, and Jaskar Malhotra with the send-off as well. Says get back to the dugout, and a big fist pump as well. He's pumped up, the Royals captain. And there's another wicket for Malhotra and the Baltimore Royals. The Lightning captain again, close to stumps, just trying to take it over the leg side. But it's because he pulled the length of Malhotra, he gets that wicket. Hit high off the bat. And all Unmukhjan could do was pick out mid-on. Simplest of catches there. And the Lightning not off to the start they wanted. They're floundering right now. All the electricity being taken out of the ground. And the Royals on their high horse at the moment. Now some big asks to be had for the middle order of the Atlanta Lightning as we're into the final over of the power play. I believe it's Jesse Bouton who's been sent out to bat, and more than capable bat Jesse Bouton, who can change the game. But much earlier than Jesse Bouton would have thought he would have been in there, and Unmukhjan would have liked him to have been in there. See what he has to offer. Can he just tick the singles around? I think there's a little bit of carelessness on the part of Unmukhjan there. Picked up the boundary. Yes, you want to take advantage of the power play, but you understand that this is a surface that's hard to score on, and 130, 140 could have been a score that would have sufficed. And with the big bats to come, if you can just hold on to wickets, you could have accelerated later. Just thought that with all of his experience, might have been able to push a single away after the boundary. You have the 4, get a couple singles, make it a 7-8 run over to close out the power play. It's not Jesse Bouton who's welcomed into the middle, but we'll see who the left-hander is in a moment. It's Hussain Tulloch who's come out into the middle, the left-hander. Hailing from Pakistan, Tulloch, he's a good player of spin. But Tulloch will have a job on his hands. Again, we'll have to hold things together for Jesse Bouton and company. This one pushed down the ground. No run on offer. Good here from the Baltimore Royals. Not giving the Lightning a sniff at the moment. Again for Tulloch. Push the singles around. Keep yourself in the game. Open the game up for your big hitters like Jesse Bouton to come. And defended away. Jaskar Malhotra with a smile. To Hussain Tulloch. He's liking what he's doing right now. The Royal captain. No Aram Chenchu in today's 11. She missed that bat at this point in time. Width on offer, hit over the top of the offside. It's a brilliant shot from Tulloch. Not going to take away from that line and length. And a good way for the Lightning to close out. What's been a power play dominated by the Baltimore Royals. Yeah, Malhotra there, just disappointed in the way he's finished. He's gone full, he's gone wide, and Tulloch said thank you very much. I'll help that one over the top of the offside for 6 runs. A good way for the Lightning to keep themselves in the game. They have all 3s on the board at the moment, 33 for 3 after 6. We'll see if Malhotra continues. I'm interested to see now that the power play is closed if he will use himself or does he use some of his other off spinners, the Neil Navrekers of the world. Does he bring in Subjit Ludda now to maybe go for the kill? There's no mystery who's going to be at this end, though. Derval Green back with ball in hand. Again, created all kinds of problems for Sagar Patel in the previous over. His lengths were spot on. So if you keep it on that similar length, he's just so effective. Short in the air. Ahad Malik has called for it and taken. Saga Patel goes. Derval Green with a bouncer right towards the body. We talked about it. The length has been good. The line follows. Malhotra up in arms. And loving it is the Royal captain. Saga Patel has to go. Look at this. The bouncer just climbed Saga Patel. All he could do was find a top edge, and Ahad Malik under it in a flash, said that's mine, and made no mess of it. No mistakes. Simple stuff in the end. And the top order for the Atlanta Lightning falling very, very quickly. 1, 2, 3, 4. And in a blink, this game is just turned on its head. And the under-19, Danush Kaviripakam, is now in the middle. And will be on to face a fired-up Baltimore Royals and Derval Green. Again, we mentioned earlier that the Lightning won the toss and chose to bat first. Not what they would have hoped. Batting first, and a lot now rests on the shoulders of the under-19. Danush Kaviripakam, picked in favor today of Aaron Chenchu. Danush has played for the Fire and the Lightning, and hasn't been given a lot of opportunities. And mind the cricket a strike rate of 100, just 4 innings for him. A right-handed bat, but a real opportunity now. He's represented the South Zone in some national tournaments for the USA, and now facing Derval Green. How about this? Extra bounce for Green on this surface. He's just digging it in, and the length has been good, but think about the line. Very close to the stumps, very close to the body. No room to just free your arms. Gonna put a lot of pressure on the young man early. Here, this Button Veers Cricket Complex. Looks like the Royals had their Lakshmi foods before coming out to the ground today, because they're firing on all cylinders at the moment. Slower ball onto the pads. They'll sneak by a single. Could be signaled leg buys. Maybe there was an inside edge. Yeah, umpire says so. Now it brings back Hussein Thalat. Derval Green will be operating to the left-hander, and you see a pattern with Derval Green. To the right-handers, likes to be on a length. To the left-handers, likes to go full for the Yorker. Saw at Church Street Park, never switched it up. He's going to be on a length and let the ball move. And this man that's made the move from the Lone Star Athletics has found a lot of success going full onto the legs. I wouldn't be surprised to see him start there, as Malhotra moves himself to long on for Thalat. Deep cover also stationed. Fine leg and deep third. On a length. Good from Derval Green. No runs on offer. Good sharp stuff from the Royals. Again, not giving the Lightning a sniff of this one. If you just take a look of that delivery, yes, hits the length, but it's delivery saying low on Hussein Thalat. Had to wash it all the way through. If he had looked to open himself up, off stump would have gone. And so this is key stuff here. The wicket is going to do this consistently through the day. Consistently be inconsistent. Short again, through to the keeper. Thalat, though, calm and cool. And this is what the Lightning will need. If they can just hold it together, keep wickets in hand. Again, we've mentioned the big hitting prowess of Jesse Bouton, but don't forget about Neve McNally, who's come in and changed the game from time to time. They're going to need every bit of that, and then Junaid Siddiqui can hit the long ball. Derval Green so effective here in this first over out of the power play. Brings up third man and fine leg. No, just fine leg. Sends back. Hit off onto the boundary. A fiery start for the Royals. And a single to finish out this 7th over. The Lightning, they're struggling at the moment, and the Royals, they're not giving them a breath of life. 35 for 4 after 7.
आ गया है लक्ष्मी बासमती राइस को घर लाने का। लक्ष्मी एक्स्ट्रा लॉन्ग बासमती राइस। इसका हर दाना हो इतना लंबा, पकते हुए महके और प्लेट पे क्या खूब खिले। हाँ, मेरे घर लाने का।
No surprise for me here in this 2023 Sunoco Minor League Cricket Championship. Malhotra brought himself back on with the ball here after taking big wicket of Mukchand. Would have thought he kept himself going. Probably will finish himself off next couple of overs. The Royal captain has been good. Again, against the Lightning in games past, has only bowled at 1 over for 7 runs. So far today, 3 overs, including a maiden, 17 runs given, and taking 2 wickets as well. Start to Hussain Talat. With on offer, looking for a quick single. They'll get it as well. Smart from Talat. This is what's going to be the message to the Noosh as well. The under 19. No need to play a big shot. No need to try to force something. Just push the ball around for 1. Do this for the next couple of overs. If we can get to the 15th, we can set the game up. 130 is still going to be a tough score to chase. It's never going to be easy to chase down totals here on this facility. It'll be the 12th innings in a row played on this same surface for the Baltimore Royals when they come out to bat. Looking for the sock sweep, straying down the leg side, and they'll get 1. Very attentive, Hussain Talat. Again, Malhotra for my liking, just too full maybe. I like the idea of angling everything towards stumps. I'd also just consider slowing one down, just maybe as a change-up. Everything's come out of the hands rather fiery. Maybe slow something down. Let the surface dictate the ball. And good length from Malhotra. Again, angling everything towards the stumps makes it very difficult to want to rock back and pull it into the leg side. There are fielders stationed at mid-wicket and square leg in the deep. Fuller hit, gets through short cover. Malhotra not happy about this. Hands on his hips at the crease. Felt it should have just been kept to no run, but a Royals team that's been so good in the field gives away a rare freebie. Staying low, well watched from the Noosh. Again, key here on this surface. Just have to be very, very attentive and watchful. With on offer, nearly brought out the drive from young Noosh. You can see Jasgran just giving a little bit of a show to the young man. Cover region is open, daring the Noosh to drive. Trying to bring a second slip, almost gully into play, and now he's taken that man out, brought him into a cover point, opening up mid-wicket, rather a backward point. Brought in a second slip, who's quite a few yards back. Slower, down leg, can't bowl that. The Noosh is slow here. We've already seen 2 run here from Talat. He wants a 3rd, but the Noosh unable to get the run slowing, but runs nonetheless. Jasgran just airing in line. Try the double bluff. Tried to get Chenchu to think he was going to keep it outside the off stump and attack the legs, but unsuccessful in that ploy. See if he does something similar. Outside the off stump, cuts well, picks up a run there. The Lightning will need those 8 overs gone, 43 for 4.
Took that last corner pretty quick.
Sir, I need one hand on the roof, one hand on the pump.
Timeout for Sunoco Go rewards.
Keep pumping.
With new Sunoco Go rewards, when you fuel, you save because rewards come first.
Malhotra going into the arsenal, the deep bowling arsenal of the Baltimore Royals, bringing in Aryan Batra. Ball in hand, the man who has played for the under-19 USA team, leading them to qualification. We'll head to Sri Lanka at some point in the coming months for that under-19 World Cup. Right now, has to deal in minor league cricket. Pushed down the ground, well stopped. It will still lead to 1. I think got a hand to it. Pushed down the ground, the 2 under-19s going back to back there. Danush the man on strike. But now it brings in Hussain Talat, and he's going to be a key fixture. Can he just stay and hold his end of the wicket? That's going to be the message for him and Danush. Just hold your end of the wickets here. 44 runs on the board. Again, with their batting, it can turn from a projected score of 106 to 136 fairly quickly. Just have to keep the wickets in hand. Slower one pushed into the offside. Single on offer. They could push for 2. They want the second. It's going to have to be quick, and is. Good take there from Aryan Batra on the return. But I think Batra's just been a touch too full so far. Again, this is a surface that asks you to be in the wicket, be on a length. Not the pace of Derval Green, but still extract something off the surface. Those are the cutters and the variation deliveries. On the deck, there it is. Again, just that odd bounce that's gone through. Really spongy. That off the surface, you can see it just kind of dying as its way goes to the keeper. Again, Fatella, don't want to get too bored with this. Don't get agitated. Have to hold your wickets in. Staying closer this time. Gonna find a couple of runs. Just 1 is good. This is what's required now for the Atlanta Lightning. Can they do something similar to this throughout? Can they find runs, keep it going? Again, the projected score currently sitting at 108, but if you can just keep yourself in the game, you can really open up the game for the remaining batters in the dugout. Pushed into the offside, and the go for that single. Good batting from Danush here, not looking to do anything different. There's always that single there, plopped straight back, and it's because of the fact that there is an Astro wicket straight there, right next to the wicket. You see there on the left side of your screen. But still a good over here for the Royals. Just want to take 1 more wicket. I think then you can just feel a bit more comfortable with the fact that you have the middle order in. Short, wide, in the air, was always going to be a boundary. Can't afford to bowl there. That's not a good delivery, that. It'll be 4 runs for the Atlanta Lightning and Hussain Talat. Just looking to dig it into the wicket here, Batra. Just got stuck in the hand. We've seen this a couple of times across different teams. It's just stayed in the hands, hasn't released it quite right. It ends up being 4 runs. Good way to close out the over there for the Atlanta Lightning. 9 overs of pass. It's 52 for 4. Hussein Talat gets a welcome boundary, a much needed one. And Batra hasn't worked early, but they're going to turn to another man with plenty of experience. It's Sarbjit Ludda. Man, he was a major league champion. How many people can say that? Just the one team can say it. And Ludda is a member of that of my New York side. Learned a thing or two from Rashid Khan. And he's been mighty, mighty good here in minor league cricket so far. We'll see how he starts off to the right-hander, Danush. Going to be a test for the young man. Always tough to play a leg spinner and then to play one of the caliber of Sarbjit Ludda. Slip in place for him in his first over. Deep cover, long off, long on. Deep mid-wicket and a deep backward square. One thing Danush has to remember, cannot afford to sweep on this surface. Length going to be very key for Ludda as we head through first delivery. Gets on a knee and hits it straight to Jaskar Malhotra. You can see him stay low, which is a good sign, but all he could do was pick out the royal captain. Sarbjit Ludda there on your screen. Such an important figure for the Baltimore Royals. If he can take some wickets, it just changes the game. It just gives you that some more momentum. Flighted, pushed, but only pushed to Ludda. It's a good start for Ludda. 2-dot balls, and again, if you're Danush, you cannot get too carried away here. Don't try to force it. It's always going to be difficult. If you can get 3 to 4 runs, you hold on to wickets against Ludda. Feel all right as the youngster. Sweeps, can't sweep. Just stays away from Mahad Malik. Take a second look at this. It's in the air, came off the bat, onto the pads, and just past the outstretched arms of Mahad Malik there. Very, very nearly the 5th wicket for the Baltimore Royals, but again, on this surface, just can't afford to sweep. It's not the surface to do that. Down the ground, just straight to point. Eyeing a maiden is Sarbjit Ludda. You can see the youngster just frustrated with himself. Don't do something rash. I would love to see Talat just have a word with him. Try to keep him at bay. Yes, you want runs, but you don't want to lose any more wickets. Don't expose any of that middle order yet. Keep him in hand. Big slog sweep, misses out. Can't afford it. You can see Malhotra hands on his head, because we've seen so many times when individuals plays that shot, they end up losing their wicket on this particular surface. They'll have a word with the young man. I was saying, hey, look, just don't get out. Just play it through, play it through. You have time. We need you here more than we need the runs. Down the ground, flicks it off his legs, picks up a run there. Wanted to, but Talat not interested in it. It's a good over for Sarbjit Ludda. Very good over. Just the 1 run coming from it. 10 overs gone, 53 for 4.
आ गया है लक्ष्मी बासमती राइस को घर लाने का। लक्ष्मी एक्स्ट्रा लॉन्ग बासमती राइस। इसका हर दाना हो इतना लंबा, पकते हुए महके और प्लेट पे क्या खूब खिले। हाँ, मेरे घर लाने का।
Neo Navrekar now with ball in hand, going in the form of off spin. Jaskran Malhotra having a word with Ahad Malik now is that man. Navrekar, of course, known for what he does with the bat, comes in a one-down spot, but now being asked to have ball in hand, bowled quite a bit at Church Street Park and was effective. And one of the plethora of off spinners that the Royals have to choose from. Him, even Ravinder Singh can roll his arm. Of course, we've seen Malhotra already. Navrekar looking to break this partnership. Starts off well, beating the outside edge, just staying straight through to Danush, playing for the turn. Again, Dalit just wanting to have another word with the young man. Again, he's just seen a one run over. Has to find a way to just get off the mark. Can't afford too many of these. Ludda, you can respect and appreciate. You had to milk singles everywhere else. Can't let that pressure build. Down the ground, stumped, gone. Just ran out of patience, stood the young man. And Neo Navrekar not going to celebrate too much because he knows it's just another day in the office for the Baltimore Royals. Just take a second look at this. Just beats him through and through. And Navrekar knew it straight away. Danu should stay in the middle, comes to an end. And he's got to walk off. Again, just staying straight through, playing for some turn. Ball never coming back. And the Baltimore Royals are well on their way. 5 down now are the Atlanta Lightning. Here, I'm going to need a lot to be done for their side. You can see the new man on your screen coming in, running in from the dugout. A couple of individuals it could be, but imagine it'd be Jesse Bouton that they'll send with bat in hand. Very experienced, playing in the CPL and different leagues around the world. Yeah, it is going to be Jesse Bouton. We've seen him already play some big innings for the Atlanta Lightning, but in a completely different role. He's been someone who's more coming in at the end and finishing. Today, a much different ask for this man from the West Indies. Can he find a way amongst the runs? Can he get himself and his side to a defendable total? Navrekar already has the wicket in his very first over. Hasn't done anything special. It's been ones straightening up. Jesse Bouton, so valuable. Can hit all around the ground. But right now, just needs to take his singles. And Navrekar, again, asking all the right questions. It's the length that Navrekar's bowling that makes him so tough. He doesn't usually operate anywhere else. In the innings in which we've seen him, he's been in that area. And again, on this wicket where we just saw one stay low on Bouton. Hard to play on the back foot, even harder to play across the line. And that's what makes him such a dangerous option and a wicket taker on this surface. It's such a luxury for the Royals to have so many bowling options. Already got Singh, can roll his arm. This one hitting high on the bat. We'll get one and open his account. Bouton, but still you can see how this one has just jumped up. Again, you're gonna be sick of us talking about the surface because that really is the story of the day. Story in most matches. Only a couple batters have made it look much easier than it's played. Bouton was one of them last weekend. And then talk about what we saw from Aaron Jones and Obis Pinar yesterday, scoring quick fire 40s. Other than that, though, it's been tough to play out there in the middle. Looking to cut, nowhere to go. Can Navrekar get this one closer to the stumps? He could just be asking the right questions. One delivery left in his first. The Lightning on the verge of that projected score being 100. Just need to hold on to wickets. Pushed into the offside. They'll get a single. for it to close out the 11th over. Another good one for the Royals. 2 runs and a wicket. 55 for 5. Sarbjeet Ludda, ball in hand. 55 for 5 are the Lightning in the 12th over. Starts off well, find the inner half for the bats for 1. We got the right-hander on strike 2, which is what he would have wanted. Enjoy bowling to the right-handed Jesse Bhutan, and this is a big wicket again. If you can get Bhutan out early, it takes away some big hitting. Would bring in Neve McNally a lot sooner than he would like to be brought in. When you start carving through this lineup, they've done so well, the Royals. I mean, you can't say enough about it. Mark Park's been gone with the very first delivery. Then Malhotra gets here Patel, gets in Muchan, then Derval Green goes against Sagar Patel, and we just saw Navrekar. It's Danush Kavaripakam. With 5 deliveries left in this over, you just almost expect Sarbjeet Ludda, with all of the experience, to get a wicket. He's such a threat in the middle overs. Usually starts around the 9th over. Did so again today. And again, how much is that turned? That one's pitched around leg stump, and he's come and beat the off stump. Malhotra's got his hands on his head because he knows how good his strike bowler's bowling at the moment. Big turn, taken. Malhotra says he's taking it. Bhutan's not walking. The finger hasn't been lifted yet. Just wait for the umpire here. They're having a conversation. Malhotra's convinced he's taking it, and Bhutan's convinced it's hit the ground. Square leg might have had an angle, and it's been given out. Bhutan's got to go, and we're just talking about how Ludda, it feels like he's about to strike. He has in the form of Jesse Bhutan. What a moment this is. What a take from Captain Jaskran Malhotra as well. The Atlanta Lightning lose their 6th wicket. Take another look at this. Again, you just see big turn on offer, takes the edge, and tight, low to the ground. Had the hands on it, and again, there is a little dip in the ground there, so you cannot see him completely take it. But given and ruled, has a wicket at the end of the day. Very hard to go against the fielder's call, and I think it might have been a good one. Again, fingers were around the ball. Nonetheless, no speculating can happen. It's a wicket. It's the 6th wicket. And Sarbjeet Ludda striking, creating all kinds of havoc for the Atlanta Lightning. Again, we mentioned it's just not how the Lightning would have wanted to start, winning the toss, choosing to bat first. Only 56 runs on the board. The goal now is just to bat 20 overs. Hussein Thalla's been out there for 17 deliveries, but he's seen a couple of partners go now. We're going to need to find some runs and spend some time in the middle of the Atlanta Lightning. It's been crazy, the parity of innings. We've seen teams have just real dominant days, and you think, okay, they'll be able to keep this flow going, and then out of nowhere, they just falter. Think about the Baltimore Royals in their first 2 games, score 170 and then bowled all out for 70 runs. It's insane the amount of parity that's happening throughout. Cut will pick up his first runs The Atlanta Lightnings will be happy with that. Able to pick up a couple of runs there. With the new man in is Junaid Siddiqui, Canadian national, coming in and trying to use his exploits with the bat. He's going to hope he can do something similar to what the bowlers have started with here when he gets his turn with it. But right now he's going to have to give himself something to bowl at. These two front-end bowlers for the Atlanta Lightning. Dullett has been given a lot of regard with the bat. Does play spin well, but dealing with one of the best spinners in the country. Was taken in that major league draft for a very good reason. Might have not played every game when Rashid Khan got back, but still an excellent bowler in his own right. Ludda. What else can you say about him? A double hat trick this season. Just so effective. And on this surface, he's found the length early. And that's the key. Once he finds the length that he wants to bowl, he's so hard to stop. Short, cut, try the quicker one. Didn't quite work out for him the way we would have wanted, but we'll just give up one run. It's another very, very good over for the Royals and Sarbjeet Ludda. A wicket falling in it. 12 overs gone, 58 for 6.
What's up, Doug? What got into you?
At Sunoco, we know how to fuel peak performance. Fuel your best.
Videkar back in, and rightfully so. Got the wicket of Danu Shirley and is attacking the stumps here. Very key. Could afford to maybe a touch fuller, but I like this on a length, using the surface against Hussein Talat. It was fuller that time. Pushed down the ground for one. And what Videkar does really well is he's just always attacking that off stump, keeps it in play, and it's hard to tee off. And when you have a surface where you don't know if the ball is going to jump up at you or going to slide low, batters just really don't want to take that kind of unnecessary risk. And then they're talking about 6 wickets already on the board. Over at the other ground, though, Fort Lauderdale Lions just need 16 runs in 4 overs to keep their playoff hopes alive and make things really difficult for the Morsel Raptors. As we saw them lose earlier as this quick single's taken. The Royals and Lions seem to be competing for that 3rd spot into the playoffs. And that 3-horse race for 3rd is almost kind of fluttered into a 2-team race. It's not like the Raptors can't get there, but a Royals win here in a manner that's just dominating would really propel them in terms of net run rate and the points. Fuller pushed to 3rd man, no run on offer, missed field. They've been so sharp, the Baltimore Royals. Haven't seen this many times, just the one at short cover prior, but it's just a way to give the Atlanta Lightning some type of rhythm, some type of momentum. Good work from Videkar in the 2nd over. Short, in the air, should be taken. Oh my goodness! A one-handed take! A one-handed take at fine leg. What a catch that is. I think it's Shami Gotra out there. And I thought he might have just made a mess of it originally. But he takes the catch in the end. Made it look effortless. Little OBJ over there. In the air and one hand up in the air. Talking about Terry McLaurin for the Washington Commanders. The Commanders, go sign Shami Gotra. He's got the hands for you. 7 wicket falls for the Atlanta Lightning. And an unfortunate end to Junaid Siddiqui. Yeah, found the top edge, but wouldn't expect Shemi Kotra to take a catch like that. I don't think anyone would. And Kotra makes an unbelievable catch, and I think that's just momentum, ladies and gentlemen. On a different day, that one's falling in and out of the hands, but when things are going your way, they just tend to continue to go their way. And right now, everything's going the way of the Baltimore Royals, with one delivery left in this 13th over. The Atlanta Lightning really in trouble now. And Navriker, 2 wickets to his name. Have an opportunity to pick up number 3 here, just his second over. We're bowling into Neve McNally, who's a big hitter of the ball. We've already seen it a couple times here at the Putnam Beers Cricket Complex, but totally different role. Can't just come in and have the license to swing big. Really would have to play out 7 overs. Royals, again, we mentioned, so good in the field. Gotra just had that misfield earlier. Makes up for it. And Navrekar asking all the right questions. The Royals doing all the right things. And the Royals well on top of this match. 13 overs gone, 61 for 7.
लक्ष्मी बासमती राइस को घर लाने का। लक्ष्मी एक्स्ट्रा लॉन्ग बासमती राइस, इसका हर दाना हो इतना लंबा, पकते हुए महके और प्लेट पे क्या खूब खिले। हाँ, मेरे घर लाने का।
Subject Ludda, 3rd over in a row. Should be taken, should be a wicket. I think he's made his ground. Yeah, I think he's got back. I think it's a good call here from square leg. It took a little bit of time for Ahad Malik to get there. Just take another look. He's down the ground. Oh, it's close. That's real tight. That is really tight. Batter's done well. I think the bat might have just got back on the ground. Very, very close. One of the rare situations that haven't gone the way of the Baltimore Royals today. But Ludda's doing all the right things to open things up. Nearly had Hussein Thalat there. And a bit of extra bounce undid Ahad Malik. Reverse sweep. This one should be gone. This one, no. Umpire says no again. Umpire says no again. Thought he might have swept really close to stumps. Was there anything involved? Take another look. Rocked this nice and slow. Went for the reverse sweep. Yeah, probably an impact outside the off stump. Might have been a good call there. Could have been spinning past as well. We are sitting at an angle, but 2 decisions going against the Baltimore Royals there. Could have easily gone the other direction. But Hussein Thalat can't sweep on this surface. Not with that line. Always in danger. Beats the outside edge again, creating all sorts of issues as Thalat is looking to up the ante. He's going to swing one too many times here. Get your single, get off strike. Kept Neve McNally back on. Catch could be coming a short third. Continue to swing like this. Nah, doesn't want to be there. You can see the idea from Ludda trying to draw Thalat outside the off stump and let him heave, but just straying too far. Still a very, very good over from the leg spinner. Quicker on the body, and there's a single we're talking about. Needed to do that. I think Ludda might have just let him off the hook with the quicker delivery. Would it even considered slowing it down, looping it up, daring him to hit once again? But again, this is why Ludda's out there in the middle, not myself. Much more comfortable in the comm box, making all these statements. Steve McNally now. Slip in place for him. Doesn't want to fall the same way Jesse Bouton did earlier. Yeah, McNally known for his big striking, but it won't be about this in this innings. It'll be about sticking in for as long as possible. Takes out a Yorker. Pick up one through mid-wicket. That's good. Again, this is what the Lightning need at this point. Got to find ways just to keep the scoreboard alive and ticking. Claw your way to triple digits. Claw your way. We saw the Fort Lauderdale Lions nearly defend 99. It's not out of the question. Would be rather unlikely, but we've seen things happen on this ground. With this surface, anything's in play. Just get to three figures. Going to be another wide for Sarbjeet Ludda. The googly just going wrong there. You can see the intent trying to push it across the left-hander. Someone who's looked to take the ball down the ground. But was just pushing it too far outside. Still a tight over, even with the two extras. Reverse sweep in the air. Gets all of it. Will be a one bounce four. A difficult shot to play on this surface, but does it well enough. Hussein Tulloch will pick up four more for his efforts. Another look at this. Flied it up. Was outside the off stump again. That just gave him the license to free up the hands and take it into the offside. We'll pick up 4 runs there. Still a good over from Sarbjeet Ludda, but some momentum back to the Atlanta Lightning after that boundary. Moves the score to 69 at the end of the 14th over. You'll still very much favor the Baltimore Royals. Again, if you can claw your way back to 100 runs, still the two batters in the middle that can do it. You start to enjoy your chances. Niv Navrekar will bowl his third over. He's taken 2 wickets in his overs. And he's back in with ball in hand. Navrekar in. Pulled into the leg side. Going to be away from any of the fielders. It was in the air for a moment. Just hit high off the bat, but again, Navrekar doing all the right things, using the surface to his advantage. Cuts into the offside. We'll find a couple of runs out there. We'll hold up in the outfield, but the comeback for a second is good batting. It's good batting here for the Atlanta Lightning. Finally, some of that. They need more and more of it just to get themselves back into the game. Can you claw to 100? Can you find your way up the scoreboard? Down the ground, but only finds Navrekar there. All over it. They're not having any of it. Hussein Tulloch's been in the middle for a while, but again, would want him and McNally to finish things off. Pushed into the onside, run on offer. They could push for 2. It's wide of the fielder. McNally will have to hurry. No, fumble in the field. This would be easy. I think there was always 2 on the cards, but again, for the Royal side that's been so good in the field, just a couple of rare mishaps. Quicker, pushed into the onside, finds a single. Hussein Tulloch. Good work from that man, just to keep the runs flowing. Again, this is what the Lightning need. Don't need the big boundaries, but just the singles. It's not about getting to 140. It's about getting to 100. Can you get to 110? Keep the game alive for your bowlers. Straight back. It was just enough to the right of Navrekar to where he couldn't get that return catch, but very nearly a situation that would have led to the 8th wicket. Not the first time we've seen Novregor get high on the bat of the Atlanta Lightning. That'll close things out in the 15th over. It's 75 for 7. Welcome back to the 2023 Sunoco Minor League Cricket Championship. Sarbjeet Ladda will finish himself off here. Malhotra wanting to bowl the strike bowler straight through to the 15th. And bowl him into the 16th over now. Just getting some drinks and changing gears for the 2 Atlanta Lightning batters. If you're just joining us, nope, the scoreboard's completely right. It's 75 for 7 after 15. And the wickets falling in regular intervals straight from first ball because Mark Parchment was undone on the very first delivery from Shami Gotra. Unmukhchand followed him alongside here. Patel undone by Jaskran Malhotra, both caught in the leg side. And then from there, wickets kept tumbling. Sagar Patel, Danush Kavadi, Jesse Buchan, and then Junaid Siddiqui with maybe the catch of the day, maybe the catch of the tournament with that one-hander. Now Ludda in once again. Bowling into the right hand, and McNally slip in place. Looking to cut again, staying very, very low. That's why Ludda is so good. He's picked the length so early. He picked the fact that he's going to go from this area, in this little spot on the wicket, and he's reaping the benefits. Goes down the ground. Huge, huge shot. Just got too full, Ludda. And the Atlanta Lightning finally have something to cheer about. It's a huge 6 for Neve McNally. Again, just another look. Too full, right under the nose of McNally, and helped it well along its way. That's a big shot. One of the first big ones we've seen today, and need a lot more of that if the Lightning want to get into a total that's going to be very dangerous. Moves into the 80s now with that shot. And the first time we've really seen Sarbjeet Ladda get hit for some runs. We saw Talat with the reverse sweep in his final delivery of the previous over. And then now McNally with a big shot there. Ladda's got to pull that length back. Full again, but this time a swing and a miss. Pushed it outside of McNally, and also that dip, that late dip, undid Neve McNally, who's looking to heave it into the leg side. Good response from the veteran leggy. Cut straight back, just out of the hands of Sarbjeet Ladda. Just away, nearly, very, very nearly a return catch. Take a look at how close this really was. Straight back, very, very nearly into the hands. Ends up just being one, but could have very easily been that next wicket. 83 runs on the board. Wouldn't want to say 8 down. But a good response after being cranked for that 6. Quicker through the air, will push it into mid-wicket for 1. It's good here from the Atlanta Lightning. Again, isn't anything fancy. Isn't going to make the top 10. What that's going to do is keep the runs flowing. Right now, the Lightning don't need to worry about the top 10. Just need to worry about getting through the overs, clawing their way into the triple digits, keeping their wickets in hand. If they can do that, they feel that they can push themselves over the line. Give themselves and their bowlers. And these two will feature with the ball. Something to bowl at. Goes for the big one. McNally unable to get it once again. It's the length against that one. He pulled it back, and that's led to the dot ball. A good spell for Subjit Ludda comes to an end. He picks up a wicket in it, just gave up 20 runs. 16 overs gone, 84%.
Took that last corner pretty quick.
Sir, I need one hand on the roof, one hand on the pump.
Timeout for Sunoco Go Rewards.
Keep pumping.
With new Sunoco Go rewards, when you fuel, you save because rewards come first.
लक्ष्मी बासमती राइस को घर लाने का। लक्ष्मी एक्स्ट्रा लॉन्ग बासमती राइस। इसका हर दाना हो इतना लंबा, पकते हुए महके और प्लेट में क्या खूब खिले। हाँ, मेरे घर लाने का।
Well, to continue and bring back pace is Jaskar Malhotra going with Shami Gotra. They'll have ball in hand now. Starting with the left-handed Hussain Talat. Gonna start off with the wide. And he was so good early. Took a wicket with his very first delivery. Now try to finish strong. Should take a wicket here and hold down some runs. Go through in his first spell. And that initial wicket has an amazing catch, but just went for 7 runs in that initial 2-over spell. Looking for something similar. Went for something innovative. Unable to get it. Unable to get it. Again, no need for shots like this. Again, you are looking to access runs, but for Hussain Talat, just find ways to score. Just find ways to keep the scoreboard ticking. Get singles. Claw your way to 100. If you can do that, you'll see yourself in the game. Ball's out there. Shami Gotra hasn't seemed to have the same rhythm from the previous over. So something to watch for here for Gotra. When he's running in well, you can just feel a different energy about him. This one hit through the offside. Cries of catch it. Fielder in place. Taken. Simple for Derval Green. And Shami Gotra gets Hussain Talat. Can just see it there. Gave him some room. And all he could do was pick out Derval Green, Talat. And his stay in the middle. It's been an important one. That of Hussain Talat, 32 from 34. But I'll have to go here in the 17th. You can respect the idea of trying to up the ante, but never going to be easy to do against a Shami Gotra. Picking up his second wicket of the day. Again, Talat, nothing to be disappointed about. And since he's done the job of his side, needed someone to stick in for a good period of time, did just that. And the new batter there on your screen, it's Pankaj Kumar Rao. Another one of these bowlers who are going to have to score some runs and do the job of giving him something to bowl at. It's going to be very, very important that he and Ian McNally can stick in and just keep the strike moving, keep the runs flowing, scoreboard ticking, and give themselves a chance to get back in this game and give themselves a chance to defend the total and get those 15 more runs, get 15 more runs, get 20 more. Every run past 100 would be a bonus, you'd feel, from where you were. But the Baltimore Royals will feel very happy with what they've done. Jessica Malhotra at the bottom left of your screen. He's led his troops well, and his troops have been very diligent in the way they've gone through the innings. They followed the master plan, and it's worked for them all the way through. Again, you just felt the way the game was going to play with that initial wicket of Mark Parchment. Shami Gotra in again. Down the leg side, a wide. Again, rhythm isn't quite there for Gotra. Isn't quite getting the same rip through that he was earlier. Gonna need to find it here again. Did get that wicket. Almost felt like a shot of exhaustion from Hussein Talat, who was just out there for quite a long time, baking in the sun. Hit straight back down the ground. What a way to open your account up. If you're Pankaj Kumar Rao, Justin on drive, picks up 4 more runs. Big runs for the Atlanta Lightning. Yeah, to take a look at this, maybe just a touch too full. Just pushed the arms through the line of the ball, picked himself up. 4 runs there, Pankaj Kumar Rao. Welcome boundary for Pankaj Kumar Rao. Short. Misses out on a good way to come back for Shami Gotra. And typical pace bowler way of responding. Gets hit for a boundary on a fuller length delivery. Pull the length back. And the result from the other game, the Fort Lauderdale Lions winning their matchup. So again, keeping that race for 3rd place alive. Short again, in the air again, away from Malhotra. Again, 4 more. A good stop by the cameraman as well. He's left his station to go get the ball, but he's done really well there. Throws it back. And we'll pick up 4 runs. Another 4 for Pankaj Kumar Rao. Take another look at this. Just hit wide of Malhotra, and right there, saved by the cameraman. Wonder if the producer and director will give him some words after that, but Malhotra will love the fielding. Full, gets a single. That's smart running. McNally wasn't ready for it, but it just ends up getting into the pocket in the field. Little fight back here from the Atlanta Lightning to close out the 17th over, 95 for 8.
What's up, Doug? What got into you?
At Sunoco, we know how to fuel peak performance. Fuel your best.
Here we go. The Atlanta Lightning starting to throw some punches after taking a couple body blows early. Still haven't been delivered that knockout blow. Will Derville Green do it? Goes for the Yorker. Went for the knockout shot. Fended away by Pankaj Kumar Rao. And now this is a territory where Neve McNally is so ever dangerous. Last couple of overs. If he gets the ball under his eye line, he can just take it. We saw him score 23 from 8 against the Atlanta Fire. Just turned the game in favor of the Lightning. Derville Green will mix up the good length in the Yorker well, just have a slower one. But if McNally gets a piece of one of them, could be a long ways gone. Into the leg side, fielder in place. We'll keep it to just one. But again, this is what the Lightning would have wanted after that initial start. And the fact that they're going to climb to 100 and beyond. They'll carry that momentum into the second innings, and you might wonder what does that momentum do. We've just seen times where, yeah, it's a big total, but you take some wickets in the end, you stifle them for less than what it should have been, and that can carry into your opening partnership. In the air, it's going to land short of everybody. And a single. It's a good delivery from Derville Green on a length. But Pankaj Kumar Rao has played the balls well, straight down the ground. He's looked every single delivery. And every time he's just found the gap. Hitting a couple of boundaries. This time getting McNally on strike. They're going to want him, the Lightning, to see most of these final overs. High on the bat again. Good delivery by Derville Green. Not giving McNally much. Just a single on offer, but again climbing towards those 3 digits. Pankaj Kumar Rao has just looked to play everything straight down the ground. Derville Green go back to the Yorker. No, went short, pulled, in the air. That's gone. It's going to be 4 runs. It's away from the fielder, deep backward square, brings up the 100. And what a statement piece that is for Pankaj Kumar Rao. Got the short ball, made him room for himself, and deep backward square, just not backward enough for it. And one bounce over the ring for 4, and it also looks like there might be an injury out there as well. He's just hobbling around. Looks like it's Buttergut's sting, so he's going to have to come off. Hopefully he can come back and bat for the Baltimore Royals. But for the Atlanta Lightning, they have now climbed into the 3 digits with a delivery to spare in the 18th over. Great fight back from the Lightning. Slower ball, met on the full. This could be a no ball. I think it might have just dipped. I think it just dipped enough from Derville Green. Yeah, cries of a no ball from the Atlanta Lightning, but I think it's just dipped in the end. Take just a second look. Yeah, I think it's dipping. It's close. It's very close, but the umpire siding with the bowler on this occasion. That'll close out the 18th over, 104 for 8.
वक्त आ गया है लक्ष्मी बासमती राइस को घर लाने का। लक्ष्मी एक्स्ट्रा लॉन्ग बासमती राइस। इसका हर दाना हो इतना लंबा, पकते हुए महके और प्लेट पे क्या खूब खिले। हाँ, तेरे घर लाने का।
Two overs left in this contest that has suddenly turned interesting after an explosive start for the Baltimore Royals. The Lightning have fought back well. Shami Gotra will come in for his final over. Repeat Pankaj Kumar Rao, who's been good in his little cameo. We talk about the fight back. Talking about they lost the 7th wicket for 84. They were 33 for 3, 35 for 4, 55 for 5. They've just come back really nicely. if they can again climb to 110, which is still on the cards, even 115, or just change the complexion of this match. On the off stump now. Accesses the leg side, gets one, does the job. Again, Neve McNally's going to want to see the remainder of the strike from here. And here we go for Shami Gotra here in the 19th over. Hit down the ground. Malhotra's there and does well. Very handsy stop. Bounced awkwardly in front of him, but keeps it to just one. Had to be very watchful there. The Royals captain McNally's going to feel like he's missed out. He's such a big hitter. I feel like he should have sent that one all the way, but for the Royals, Gotha starting off a good over here. Just 2 runs coming from the first 3 deliveries. Full straight, gets the Yorker well, digs it out. Does Pankaj Kumar Rao. Again, the Lightning are going to want a flurry of boundaries to close this thing off. Every run here, you feel like you fought back well, but again, if you can get yourself up to 115, they're going to just feel like they can get themselves in a really good area. Holter very straight at long off. But it's gone up in the air. It's in Malhotra's direction, but it's well high and well long. Full with width and far too easy for the man of Neve McNally's caliber. Finds 6 runs down the ground. Take a look at this. Full and width on offer. Invited McNally to go down the ground, and once it's in his arc, it was always going to leave. Picks up 6 runs, move the score to 113. 6 deliveries left in the innings. In the air, cries of catch it. Derval Green underneath, takes it. That's the end of Neve McNally. Shami Gotra finishes his spell with a 3rd wicket to his name. Maybe not as big for this over in terms of the wicket. It's a dot ball, and more importantly, the absence of Neve McNally now. Slowed it down into length as well. Cries of catch it and Derval Green. And long on, made no mistake. After 1 big strike down the ground, McNally has to go. 1 wicket left in hand for the Atlanta Lightning. 113 on the board. They've done really well, as we mentioned. 55 for 5, 33 for 3 was this side. Losing him with John cheaply. Losing March Parchment cheaply.
Took that last corner pretty quick.
Sir, I need 1 hand on the roof, 1 hand on the pump.
Timeout for Sunoco Go Rewards.
Keep pumping.
With new Sunoco Go rewards, when you fuel, you save because rewards come first.
The man in the middle now is Fani Simhadri. He's at the non-strikers end. Pankaj Kumar Rao will be on strike, and you'll want him to finish things off. See most of it. And again, every run so vital here. You never know what's going to be tough to chase. To get to 113 is huge for the Lightning from where they were. They would like to get their way to 120. Upwards of 120, and just puts that run of ball pressure. Gives your bowlers, like Fadi Samadi, something to bowl at. Goes for the Yorker, slows it down as well. Well bowled from Derval Green. Has all the variations that you want. Great control. And you can see him moving the field now as backward square has come around. Interesting. Interesting decision there. It means he is going to be wide of the stumps, or is it a double bluff? Does he go back towards the toes? Stays wide, jumping a big way. Jumping a long way on the Malik there. Good keeping. Again, just a couple spots on the surface, and Derval Green taking pace off. Pankaj Kumar Rao not up to the task on these occasions. Can he escape with a quiet over? Can you keep him plucked down under 115? Derval Green's bowled so well today. He's taken wickets. He's been economical. Just giving up 15 runs. Bat on it. And that'll close out the innings. Yeah, late signal. He was walking off the umpire. I think Regatti had to put the finger up, puts the finger up late. And that comes the close of the Atlanta Lightning innings. Take a look at this. Just swinging all around it, getting the inner edge. Clear sound coming through to the wicketkeeper. And that closes out the Lightning innings. They are bowled out for 114. Was it? Bowled out for 114 after that wide there from Derval Green. But this is an innings that's belonged to the Baltimore Royals and how they started. Mark Parchment and Heer Patel go in the first 2 overs, and Umlik Chand follows. Sagar Patel, the over after that. And then Danush Kaviripakam goes for just 5, but it's a good fight back from Hussein Thalat, 32 from 34. You had Neev McNally score 19 from 14. Pankaj Kumar Rao, 18 from 13. To get to 114 with the ball in hand, Shami Gotra 3 wickets just for 12 runs in 4 overs. 2 wickets from Malhotra, Derval Green, and Neo Navrekar as well. Don't go anywhere, ladies and gentlemen. What we've seen on the surface, everything becomes interesting as the Baltimore Royals will now have to chase 115 in their 20 innings. Pulled fielder just put out there. Taken. That's a huge shot. Unmuk Chand seen enough. Fine. Down the ground. Cries of catch it. Fielder there. No, just away. This time short. And it beats the Had Malik, who was wrong-footed of all sorts. It'll be signaled back. In the air, just over. The man at cover point inside the ring. Up in the air, hasn't timed it well. There's a fielder there at mid-on. Taken. Width on offer, hit over the top of the offside. It's a brilliant shot from Thalat. Not going to take a wicket from that line and length. Short in the air. Ahad Malik has called for it and taken. Sagar Patel. Middle order in. Short, wide, in the air. Was always going to be a boundary. Can't afford to bowl there. That's not a good delivery that. It'll be 4 runs. Down the ground, stumped, gone. Just ran out of patience, did the young man. And Neo Navrekar not going to celebrate too much because he knows. Big turn, taken. Second over. Short, in the air, should be taken. Oh my goodness, a one hit. Reverse sweep in the air, gets all of it. Will be a 1 bounce 4. A difficult shot to play on. Goes down the ground, huge shot. Cut straight back, just out of the hands of Sarbjit Ludda. Just away, nearly, very nearly a return catch. This one hit through the offside, cries of catch it, fielder in place. Hit straight back down the ground. What a way to open your account up. If you're Pankaj Kumar Rao, Justin Andra. Short again, in the air again, away from Malhotra again. 4 more, a good stop by the cameraman as well. Orker. No, went short, pulled, in the air. That's gone. It's going to be 4 runs. But it's gone up in the air. It's in Malhotra's direction, but it's well high and well long. In the air, cries of catch it. Derval Green underneath, takes it. Bat on it. And that'll close out the innings. Welcome back here to the Putnam Veers Cricket Complex here in beautiful Atlanta, Georgia. We have the last matchup of this weekend. This is Labor Day weekend. Happy Labor Day to everyone just joining us. We're hoping you're enjoying your day and your day off for all the hard work that you've done all throughout the year. The Atlanta Lightning did some hard work to get to the stage there at 114. The Royals started off so well. You just figured maybe they might bowl them out for under 100, but Lightning able to claw back into this one thanks to the likes of Hussein Thalat and Neve McNally and Pankaj Kumar Rao propelling them forward. We talk about now what the Lightning have to do with the ball. Have to be tight, have to turn to the wicket takers, Fani Samadri, Pankaj Kumar Rao, and Hussein Thalat. And then don't forget about Junaid Siddiqui. Going to need all-around performances. Neve McNally is good with the ball as well, and Jesse Bouton can be a factor. But you're going to turn to your mainstays. You have the leader of wickets in 2022 in Fani Samadri. Can he be big today? The men in the middle for the Baltimore Royals, it's a new opening pair for them. Still the captain, Jaskran Malhotra, but going with Neo Navrekar. Instead of Ritvik Behera, who has had his struggles at the crease, they've elected to give Navrekar promotion. Has been batting at the one down spot for a while now. Now batting here in the opening. I'll have to see things off for the Baltimore Royals. Again, the Atlanta Lightning have a lot of work to do. You'd favor the Royals all throughout the match unless a massive amount of wickets fall early, similar to what we saw the Royals impart on the Atlanta Lightning. Again, as weekend is coming to a close, cricket's coming to a close. USA Cricket's Under-15 Nationals wrapping up behind us, getting ready for that award ceremony. Teams are, we've seen the finals and that second place match all but wrapped up. And here we go. Neo Navrekar, left-hand, right-hand combination, opening the batting for the Baltimore Royals. He'll see the first stay at strike. Starting is Pankaj Kumar Rao, as he often does for the Atlanta Lightning. A real strike bowler. Remember, the Lightning won the first matchup between these two sides. And the Royals looking for some revenge. Slip in place here, deep third, deep backward square. Been pretty standard of a field set. Coming over the wicket to the left-hander. First delivery of the innings. Bales lit up as the bat flies out of his hands. Really interesting. I don't know if it was the Bales or if it was a shining of sunglasses on the way through, but interesting start. Hard length, high on the bat, and first runs come up. Taking another look at this. The bat just flying out the hands of Neo Navrekar. It was all happening on that first delivery with all the glamour, all the pizzazz of that. Ends up being the first runs, courtesy of a single. And we'll bring the captain, Jaskran Malhotra, to strike, who in their last match on this surface hit a big six down the ground, and a couple of deliveries later, edged one straight back to the keeper. So he's going to need to find a much stronger start and see this innings through. Something we didn't see from Mukjan, his counterpart. And good start for Pankaj Kumar Rao. It's going to be tough to bat on the surface. Again, 12th consecutive inning. Played on it, been baking on the sun all day long. And cracks starting to open up. You can just see a couple of deliveries staying low. Two-faced in nature. Been described as the ball will skid on, then one will slide. No better example than these first two deliveries of the innings. That first one, good bounce, ton of Vreker. High on the bat. This one just staying completely under Malhotra. So bowlers who operate on length, think about what Shami Gotra and Dorval Green did. Find success. Again looking to cut. Again staying low. Have to stay low as a batter here. It's very, very tricky. That's why 115 is not going to be a simple chase. Plenty of time to do it. Just have to hold on to wickets Wickets change the game. We've seen that. If you keep, if you only lose one wicket in the power play, you're well ahead of the game. And, apart from maybe the Morse Raptors loss earlier today, you'd think that you're going to be well on your way to a victory. But you have to get through this initial period. This one bouncing through, but straight to backward point. Good start here from Pankaj Kumar Rao. Just a single been given up, and again, have to be tight. He's kept the length good. He's just been a touch wide, but he's still jamming up Malhotra for room, not letting him throw his arms through the line. Again, that slip in place. Third man's being brought inside the ring. Unmukchand could be expecting Malhotra to come down the track as he sends back long on. Has to stay patient, the Royals captain. Slower one, run to backward point. They'll get a single. Someone turns on the fielder. And this is going to be the key. Plop it and run, drop it and run. Find ways to keep the scoreboard ticking, moving in the right direction. Again, wickets fell pretty consistently for the Lightning early. First delivery took Mark Parchment. Second over, Malhotra gets here, Patel. And Jaskaran once again in the fourth over. Goes and gets Unmukchand. Derval Green goes and gets another wicket as well of Sagar Patel. So the wicket will play a trick on the batters, just have to utilize it. Down the leg side, going to be wide. Some more runs on the board. Can't afford too many extras. The Atlanta Lightning, again, not a lot of runs to play with. Have to be very stingy and tight. And for the Lightning, a loss here isn't going to hurt them too much with the Fire losing. Would still keep that. They're still going to be in the playoffs. You feel very confident about that, and they would still be tied for first place. If they were to win, though, they'd take a solo lead in that first position in the division. That's what they're fighting for. Number one. Boldham stayed low. We've seen this time and time again. It's just a tricky wicket to bat on. Neo Novreker didn't get down quick enough, and the off stump goes, and Lightning, they start off hot. Let's take a second look at this. Again, just staying low. Really nothing else you can say. Attacking the stumps all the way through. And Novreker just expecting it to rise a little bit more than it did. Stayed low, took the top off. And the Lightning pick up wicket number one in over number one. Good start for the Lightning. They needed that to close out the first over. 3 for 1 after one. Trying to just get through this batting lineup. Trying to put pressure on these batters as I believe Ravinder Singh will walk into the middle at the one down spot. Again, not easy to play here. Can be real frustrating at times as well. Just the fact that the ball will just keep low. There's really nothing wrong with what Novreker did. Just have to get lucky almost, it feels. Again, what else can happen? You see Malhotra straight away saying to Ravinder Singh, ball's going to stay low. You have to wait for it. Got to start low. The Atlanta Lightning got off to the start they needed. Remember, wicket falling of Mark Parchment the very first over. Needed to replicate that. Similar scores to the first over. 3 for 1 are the Royals. 5 for 1 were the Lightning. Next up came a wicket maiden from Malhotra. Hoping for a wicket maiden is Hussain Talat, who's got the ball in hand. The Pakistani domestic, known for all of the variations he bowls in the middle, has the new ball. And it's straight well down the leg side. Just trying to dig it into the surface. Looks like it got caught in the hands. And again, can't afford too many of those. Slip in place. And if you're attacking the stumps, you're in a very good spot. You can see him just try to angle in, falling too far down the leg side. Good work by Mukchand, making sure there's no buys off of that wide there. Again, not a lot of runs to defend. Want to keep the pressure on. Will the Atlanta Lightning fighting for a solo lead up top the division. With the win for the Fort Lauderdale Lions, the Baltimore Orioles will be eyeing that, wanting to match win for win and fight for third place. Bottom end of the bat. McJohn able to get back. He was wrong-footed in sorts, but you can see it again staying low. There's a bit of width on offer, but on a length, you can just get away with that. If he's closer to stumps there, it can start to create some problems. Slip in place for Talat, who is getting a little bit of shape away, just the angle he creates. Deep third man who's pretty wide, along with a deep backward square. Short down the leg side again. Have to find his way back towards that off stump. You can see the intent, trying to get straighter, but just failing to be on stumps. And again, Malhotra, the captain, would need to put his hand up here, play a very mature innings. Doesn't need to go berserk, doesn't need 90 off 53. Just needs to stick in the middle for a period of time. Pushed into the offside, cover there in place. Again, this wicket is about spending time in the middle, seeing the most amount of deliveries you can. Just being patient. Balls will come, we've seen that. Bowlers just missing their lengths. When they get full, punish them. When it's short, when it's wide, punish them. When it's been on a length, you can just respect, plop down for one. Singles on offer. The Royals will need to find those. Those wides will help. A wide there. A slight appeal from Fellas, maybe just to stifle the wide, but ends up being another extra. Struggling with the line so far is Hussein Thalat, who's usually nice and tidy, but so far has not been able to keep things within the legal delivery boundaries. And just having a word with him, some of the fielders, Thalat would have to get his way back on to off stump. Outside edge, flies past, first slip. Unlucky there for Hussein Thalat, but runs coming now for the Baltimore Royals and their skipper. You take another look at this. Touch Fuller, inviting the drive, and are just over the top of that slip fielder. Not the way Malhotra would want to bring up 4 runs, but it's 4 runs nonetheless for the Royals as they continue their march towards this chase. 1:15 to go get. 10 runs on the board, courtesy of some extras, and now that boundary. Again, Thalat uses all of his experience. Get the ball back on the right line, the right length. Can you match those things up? Can you get the wicket of the skipper? Strays down the leg side. Always going to be 4. Far too straight. Far too easy. Malhotra too good to miss out on that one. Back-to-back boundaries for the Royal skipper. Again, didn't have to do anything fancy there, Malhotra. Just straying down the leg side to Thalat. Far too straight. And for any batter worth his salt, he's going to find 4 runs down the leg side there. Simple stuff here for the captain early. Thalat has not been at his sharpest to start things off. 14 runs on the board. Another wide. Wait, no. Arms stay down. Arms have stayed down from the umpire. Malhotra not happy with this. Still asking the umpire. He's now asking McJohn, how is that not a wide? And for Jasker Malhotra, can't get too frustrated with that. Plenty of runs have come in the over. Don't need too many runs to begin with. Just see your way through the innings. 14 runs already on the board. 101 left to get. Better delivery from Thalat. Attacking the stumps on a length. That's where he's going to want to be. A good over for the Baltimore Royals. At the end of 2, it's It's 14 for 1. The Lightning are going to need to find their way back. That second over, not the way they would have wanted to go. Bunkers Kumar out back. And starts off down the leg side, a wide there. Struggling with the extras are the Atlanta Lightning. Going to want to clean this up. Just giving away runs so far where the Baltimore Royals were so tight early. The Atlanta Lightning have not been. 15 runs now on the board. Just 100 runs left to go get. And Ravinder Singh, who was the leading run scorer in 2021 for minor league cricket. It's a dream situation for him to get back amongst the runs. Leaves it alone there. Again, for Ravinder Singh, has not been at his very fluent, vibrant best. He's had a couple of starts, but hasn't really cashed in on an innings yet. This is an opportunity for him to just find some rhythm, find some flow, and get himself back amongst the runs as the Royals are heading towards the playoffs here, looking for that third place spot. A win here would keep them in contention with the Fort Lauderdale Lions, who had just beat the Atlanta Fire just half an hour ago. Again down the leg side. Again another wide for Pankaj Kumar out. Udmukjan not pleased with the bowling he's seen from his two premier quicks. Yeah, again, the extras already hurting. You talk about the Baltimore Royals, gave up 17 extras. You say it's a bit much, but when we talk about what we've seen from the Baltimore Royals, talk about them already nearing double figures now. $16 runs on the board. Big shout, another wide. Runs coming, struggling with the line as Pankaj Kumar out. Would have to change the angle. You have to consider changing the angle. You can't find the off stump. Another look. Yeah, I think it's a good call. Just seemed to be a shout that Pankaj Kumar Rao was just looking to maybe stifle that decision from the umpire, but it's been all about the extras here so far. Too many of them for the Atlanta Lightning. It's prompted a leg slip. Again, good to attack the body, good to attack the stumps, but he's just fluttering well too far down the leg side. Ravinder Singh hasn't seen much of the strike and is just gifting him some runs. That's better. But it's into the gap in the onside. Should be a couple of runs. Will be two of them. Not quite off the middle, but again, in the power play, can get away with shots like this and not a lot of pressure. Now in Ravinder Singh, after seeing those three extras to start the over, just has to keep himself in the middle. Needing to keep the runs down now. Pankaj Kumar out. 5 runs from the first couple deliveries. Better outside the off stump on a length. This is where he was so good in his first over. How he was able to take the wicket of Neo Novrekar. Can he find the wicket of the other left-hander? Can he start to get through? Malhotra just having a word with his batter, probably saying, look, expect the ball to stay low, let it rise on you. You can always play that late uppercut, but very hard to get back down once you're up. Shuffles across, big shout, big shout, big shout. Says no, does the umpire. Probably moved outside the off stump. Umukchand sold. Again, you can see the shuffle early from Ravinder Singh. He's standing on off stump there. He's outside. You can see all three stumps. That's probably the biggest thing. I think it might have just impacted outside the line. Still having the conversations, the Atlanta Lightning with the umpire. Just asking, how is that not out? But I think it's a good decision from the umpire. Again, apologizing for the scoring here. Just down at the moment. About 18 runs on the board for the Baltimore Royals, to my estimation. So just look to get that fixed and reprimanded. This time, two noises, but he's twisted the finger very, very quickly. It's hit in line, but there was two sounds. He threw up the bat immediately, Ravinder Singh. We'll take a look to see if that came first or second. But nonetheless, the umpire's decision is final here in minor league cricket. Can't really tell. Looked to be maybe a bit of a gap between bat and pad there. Excuse me, bat and ball. But again, two noises came through. Ravinder Singh not happy with that. But the Baltimore Royals lose that second wicket. The Lightning, a breath of fresh air, signs of life. To take another wicket here in this third over. But from one big bat to another, Bhargat Singh, the Canadian national, will come out into the middle. Singh, of course, making his debut in recent years. T20 debut in 2022, ODI debut in 2023 for the Canadian side. Also played Ranji Trophy cricket back in 2015. So someone who comes in with a high pedigree, a lot of experience. But still a job to do. Not a lot of runs to go get. Again, according to my estimation, as we get the scoring fixed, roughly 18 runs on the board. As the Atlanta Lightning, again, after all the extras, have finally struck, found their way back into the match. They can just string a couple of these together and a couple of quiet overs together. You would just like their chances. In the air, away from the fielders. No one in the deep on the offside. Too full, too wide, too easy. Bhargat Singh gets his account going with a welcome boundary. Again, with the width and the length, just opted to go over the offside. Far too easy. Picks up 4 to close out the over. According to my count, it's 22 for 2. Well, score is back, 23 for 2 at the end of 3. And again, a wicket falling in that previous over. The wicket of Ravinder Singh. And you heard 2 noises live. And I think that was just the bat brushing the pad, perhaps. It was very close to that back pad on that second look we had. It didn't look like the bat and the ball were very close together. So I think it's a good call. Again, a tough call, never easy in the middle. And it doesn't get any easier because Funny Simhadri has got ball in hand. The leading wicket taker in 2022. Starts off nicely. Going to turn to him with Mukchand because he is your strike bowler. He's the man who can just change the game. This one hits the pads, well down the leg side, but Samadhi does this really well. He just is always watching the batters, able to change the deliveries he wants the ball to the very end. Very tough to play him, and Malhotra's learning that firsthand. That's why he was selected in the Major League Draft. Went to the Seattle Orcas, did Samadhi. On the pads again, on the leg side again, but a good start for Samadhi, keeping things tough for the Royals captain. Again, the gold helmet he's fashioning from the Los Angeles Knight Riders. The red hat and pads fashioned by Pargat Singh from Canada. We already mentioned what he's done with the Canadian national side. In the air, in the gap. In the gap, it'll race towards the boundary, and you pick up 4 runs as it just trickles towards wide, long off. Pargat Singh, an aggressive start early. Finds himself 4 runs here. Maybe just a touch too full and a touch too wide. It was in the air for a moment, but is well placed from the Canadian national. How does Samadhi respond? Bowls him, bowls him. It's what he does so well. He just responds, doesn't ever get flustered. That man picks up the wicket of Pargat Singh after a couple of boundaries, and there's another twist in the tail. The Lightning right in the thick of it. Just take a look at this. Rolled the fingers, and just got through. Pargat Singh was just looking to defend it after those couple of boundaries he hit. Good cameo at the crease comes to an end, and the man who had opened the batting the previous couple of matches will head towards the middle, but the Atlanta Lightning right now all up at the moment. They see themselves still in this match. 3 wickets down are the Baltimore Royals here with a delivery to go in the over as Ritvik Behera steps into the middle. And these two have been batting together all season long. Malhotra and Behera had opened the batting in previous sessions, but Behera moved into the middle order after a string of low scores. Seeing if that'll suit his game better. Still in the power play, and he has to make his way into the middle. And the task won't get easy facing Funny Samadhi. All the variations can slow things down, bull seam up, and then comes from the left side and a slingy action. Daring Behera to go over the offside. Starts down the leg side, will be a wide. Has struggled with the extras, the Atlanta Lightning so far. Somehow they're just tailing off there. And the premier strike bowler for Unmuk Chand. He's the wicket taker. He's done his job. He's taking the wicket. Can he take another one to close out the fourth over? We saw Sumit Sarawat do that, bowl wide, then get the wicket off the next delivery against the Raptors this morning. And nearly does it there. That ball barely rising. Good over for the Atlanta Lightning and Funny Samadhi. And the 4-29 for 3.
वक्त आ गया है लक्ष्मी बासमती राइस को घर लाने का। लक्ष्मी एक्स्ट्रा लॉन्ग बासमती राइस। इसका हर दाना हो इतना लंबा, पकते हुए महके और प्लेट पे क्या खूब खिले। हाँ, मेरे घर लाने का।
Still operating in the power play are the Atlanta Lightning. 5th over in here, Hussein Thalat. Change of ends. And no run on offer for Jaskaran Malhotra. It's a better length, and this is what he was missing for most of his first over. Struggled with the extras. Series of wides. Now seems to find much more comfort running in from the far end of the ground. Good change here from Mukjam behind the stumps. The man who's made his way over from the Silicon Valley Strikers after 2 successful seasons, getting to the playoffs, looking to take the Lightning now back to that spot. Pushed into the offside, no run on offer. The Lightning starting to find that energy that we saw the Royals have all the way through their innings. It's been a tough stay so far for Jessica Malhotra. Seen a couple of partners depart, 10 from 15. He's had those couple of fours, the one hedged to deep third, and then the one brushed off his pads to find leg. But the Lightning just want to string some pressure on Malhotra. Known to go down the track and take on the bowlers. Will he fall into a trap here? Sticks, no run. Very mature here from Malhotra. Again, natural nature. We've seen it time and time again. After a string of dot balls, he's looking to go. He's a guy who loves to score, wants to bat at least at 100 strike rate. Naturally aggressive. Remember, for that USA ODI side, came in the middle order. 6 sixes and an over. And this one nearly crashing on off stump. That's one staying incredibly low. It's a tricky surface. Not easy to score on and not easy to survive on. Pressure starting to come on to the pitch now. Parchment just next to the wicket, chirping Malhotra. And this can work in both ways. Malhotra, someone who's not afraid to chirp back. Not afraid of the challenge. Often will fuel him. Doesn't want to get carried away. Down the leg side, wide. Takes some of the pressure away. Can't do this. Again, you built so well. No runs run off. You're approaching a maiden. And you've just given them a free run. You've just taken the scoreboard to 30. 30 for 3 is a pretty similar position. Talk about the Atlanta Lightning. They were 33 for 3. And so right now, the game evenly poised in anyone's hands at the moment. Good bowling from Dulles. Dug it into the wicket. Nowhere to go. Malhotra just stuck at the striker's end at the moment. Cries from his dugout to finish the innings off. Play it through. Can you have to imagine that's the mindset he's gone in with. Hasn't looked to be ultra aggressive. Yes, has looked to score, but not looking to play any big shots down the ground. Rather mature innings so far from the captain. Again, knows the value of wickets on this surface. You have to keep them in hand. Something the Lightning didn't do. And Malhotra will find one to close out a 5th over here. Just 2 runs coming from it. Good from the Atlanta Lightning. It's 31 for 3.
What's up, Doug? What got into you?
At Sunoco, we know how to fuel peak performance. Fuel your best.
Funny Samadri. Back in, Malhotra wants a quick single. We'll get it. It's good, intensive running from the captain. Understanding that the situation, this is what is required. Find runs and then don't worry about the fact that you haven't scored that boundary. Keep the wickets in hand. You can pick it up later. We've seen through the middle phases, you could just start finding ways to score as the field opens up. And also with Funny Samhadri, you just want to get through his overs. Get 3-4 runs and over. Don't need much more than that to chase this target anyway. Good slower delivery. Good slower one from Samhadri. Duped Hrithik Behera, who thought he was going to get met with a juicy full toss and help it over covers instead. Dipped quite quickly. And this is what makes Funny Samhadri so dangerous. We've seen this really at every level, whether it was the Major League Combine. Didn't get to see him in MLC, but the Combine or even last season in 2022. It's what made him so effective. All the variations, why he was such a hot commodity coming into free agency here. Another one dipping. Behera will find one. Out to wide, long off. Good work from the young man. Again, another opportunity for him to get amongst the runs. Doesn't have to get off in a hurry. We've seen a couple of big shots, and again, very talented individuals. Already debuted for his country against a full member nation, Ireland, back in 2021. And Lauderhill didn't have the greatest of debuts, but again, you can just see the talent and why he's someone who can claim that. It was a pleasure to witness that myself as Malhotra will face this delivery. Pushes it past mid-wicket. Good batting from Justgrund. They could push for two. We'll settle for one. Probably the right decision in the end. Malhotra taking his time out there. Again, very mature, very smart innings. We've seen him do this at Church Street Park a couple of times this season. Look to take his time, just bat through. Score of 50 just off 50 deliveries, batted around 100 strike rate. Again, doesn't need to do a lot here. Not a lot of runs to go get. Just has to stick in. This one beats Behera. Good bowling. Seam up this time after bowling slower delivery after slower delivery to the young man before. Just having a word with Behera as Malhotra. Wanting to impart some wisdom. Would have seen him a couple of times already, whether it is through the Atlanta and Houston Opens, to MLC Combines. Facing him so far in the middle. Again, not easy to take on this man who's made the move from the Thunderbolts now to the Lightning. And for Hrithik Behera. Got on this one. Seam up. Width on offer. Full length. And Behera too talented to miss out on this one. Again, in the air for a moment, but it was well placed into the gap. A good way for Behera to bring up a boundary and move him past that one-run mark. A confident-looking stroke. Good batting here for the Baltimore Royals. This has been good here from the Royals after that third wicket's fallen. They haven't overreacted. They've just kept themselves in the game and bring apart the spinner, Junaid Siddiqui, member of that Canadian national team. And again, Siddiqui from this end. This is where all the spinners have found a lot of success. Subjit Ladda bowling from this end. Got a lot of good turn. We've seen this end of the wicket deteriorate much quicker. We'll see what he can exploit on this surface at the close of the power play. We've seen him time and time again struggle with the run-up on this end of the wicket. It's because there's a lift right through the popping crease. So you lift up normally and then your feet just end up on the ground much quicker. Don't allow you to get the rhythm you usually get through your run-up. Deep covers, long off, long on, mid-wicket and backward square. Starts off well, looked for a quick single, but turned away. Good decision in the end. Again, Malhotra understands the assignment. Most of the times, he's going to want to be much higher striker than what he is, 13 from 22, but on this surface, this is what the situation demands. Into the leg side, beats mid-wicket, will pick up one to bring Behera on strike again. Udmukchand has turned to Siddiqui to be a wicket taker. He needs a wicket. Can he find himself one here, Siddiqui? We saw him do it against the Atlanta Fire last week on a couple of occasions. Hasn't been able to repeat that magic. But if he can do so here, he just turned the game on its head. Introduce a fourth wicket. Cuts. Unable to get bat on ball, though. Quicker through the air. Behera just looks to rock back onto the back foot. But again, Siddiqui just surprising the young man with how quick that one came through. Also skid on off the wicket. Something to watch for. Again, have had it described to me. A delivery will skid on, a delivery will slide on. Never know when to tell. But Behera, again, can't get too frustrated. Is a positive player in the modern bunch, but this is a surface that requires some defense. Big shout, big shout. Says no, still appealing was Siddiqui and Chand. And Siddiqui, hand on his knees. He can't quite believe it wasn't given out. Not sure as to why. Was it headed down the leg stump? That's interesting. That's really interesting. It looked close. The umpire again has the best view. We're angled just a bit, so can't quite tell the exact line. He is standing on leg stump to give you any indication. He stepped forward and looked like it did hit him around the knee roll. So could have just maybe been a height factor as well. Siddiqui's been getting decent bounce on this surface. Could have gone really either way, but Judson Edwards, the umpire, agreeing with the batter. Defended away, this time slows it down. Again, Malhotra will have to be watchful, and he's been that so far. Again, it's not going to be the explosive, usual Malhotra innings, but an innings like this just shows you the variety and the maturity in which he's played, but nearly threw it away. Can't play the slog sweep, not on this surface. That'll close out the 8th over, an eventful one, 40 for 3.
वक्त आ गया है लक्ष्मी बासमती राइस को घर लाने का। लक्ष्मी एक्स्ट्रा लॉन्ग बासमती राइस। इसका हर दाना हो इतना लंबा, पकते हुए महके और प्लेट पे क्या खूब खिले। हाँ, मेरे घर लाने का।
Here we go, the Atlanta Lightning. I thought they had the wicket over to Behera in the previous over. It looked very, very close. But Neve McNally now will be operating into the young man. On a length, good start for McNally. Gonna try to put some pressure on this Royals team. Bowling in tandems is gonna be important. We saw McNally, after struggling early last week with the line, has since fixed it and become ever so dangerous on the surface, aiding the bowlers. has found a length, and the line again has been right where it needs to be. If McNally can take a wicket here, he can just play hero, bring up the 4th wicket in a similar spot. In the air, but away from the fielder. Chance of a run out. Direct hit. Says no. I think it's a good decision again. I think Behera's made his ground, but Behera almost giving his wicket away 2 times in that delivery. Again, away from the fielder. It's a direct hit. Bat's down. I think he's inside. The bat seems to be around Umuktan's feet, so I think he's well home, but putting some pressure on the young man. Again, Behera's got to stay composed. That's the word Malhotra's going to have with him now. Going to have to keep himself in the game. Doesn't want to get himself out. Wickets are more important at this stage of the game. Still plenty of hitters. I think a Derval Green still in the tank. Had Malik still there. Sahil Kapoor played a really good innings yesterday. So plenty of people who can take the game deep, take the game long. Just got to make sure you keep wickets in hand. Short gets through Behera, looking to pull again. This time staying low. Again, you saw the first one rising, hitting high on the bat. This time just skidding through. It's a tricky surface. And for Rithvik Behera, it's just a tricky start here. And not only is he not finding the boundaries and the big shots, he's not finding the singles. Again, I think at some point, the captain's got to head over and say, hey, look, play with that straight bat. Plop it down. We'll take a quick single, but we got to make sure we keep runs flowing. That's how the Lightning got to 114. So the Royals are going to get to 115. Mid-off drops down. Is this the bluff from McNally? It's telling you he's going to try to be a little bit fuller. Does he keep it back of a length? Was just a touch fuller. Slowed it down as well. Behera, again, the technique has been good, but it's just unable to find some runs. Told you, ladies and gentlemen, do not go anywhere. It might be Monday, it might be Labor Day, but these two teams still very hard at work. Trying to get a win. Lightning would go to first. Royals would hold in third. Beats the outside edge. Neve McNally. It's been a brilliant over. On the verge of a maiden. Rithvik Behera struggling. Is there the release shot, the rash shot coming? Again, the young man's usually such a fluent cricketer. Gets runs in a hurry. Has all the shots in the book and so confident in his abilities and usually finds runs with ease today. Again, throughout the weekend, this wicket, it's just hard to do that. Has to stay patient. Straight to backward point. He thought he finally had something. It was hit very, very firmly. But backward point holds it. And again, it's a really good catch at backward point. He's done really well to hold on to it. Neve McNally's picked up the wicket of Rithvik Behera and it's turned into a wicket maiden. Again, that similar length. Just the slightest bit of width. Behera unable to get it behind square. All he could do was pick out point. Another look. Again, barely any width on offer. That one's rocketed toward backwards point. You can see the reaction from Dhanush there. Hand over the mouth because that's an incredible take. And a painstaking stay in the middle comes to an end for Rithvik Behera. Dismissed for 5 in the 8th over. It's 40 for 4 as Ahad Malik will have to step into the middle, bring about another left-hander. But again, this is a game that's anybody's at the moment. Do not count the Lightning out. They have plenty of bowlers to do it. And now Ahad Malik, who we've seen him score quick-fire 50s. We've seen him play the single-double game with Malhotra. Will have to do just that. Think about his first innings at Church Street Park when he came in and was just running with Jaskran. Just running. Each of them hit 50 at 100 strike rate. And that led to them winning the game. Something similar could be on the cards here for the Royals. They'd want it to be just a wicket maiden coming from Neve McNally in his first over. This game is going to be one for the ages. Don't go anywhere. Still 12 overs to go. Still 75 runs to get. Still anybody's game with 6 wickets in hand for the Baltimore Royals. And still plenty of overs for the strike bowlers. Think about Hussein Thalat. Think about Funny Samhadri, Neve McNally, Junaid Siddiqui, Pankaj Kumar Rao. All with overs to go. Man, oh man, are we in for 2 absolute nail-biters? We saw the Orlando Galaxy win a pulse-pounding one against the Morrisville Raptors to claim their first win of the season. The Lightning looking to claim back first place. Royals looking to claim third. Push down the ground. Good here from Malhotra. Again, very smart. He's been smart throughout his innings. Malik is going to have to follow suit. That's going to be the key. Lefty back on strike, so left-hand, right-hand combination coming through, but again, just has to follow suit. What did the Lightning do really well towards that middle period to jump them in the runs? They just tapped and ran for one. Did the Fort Lauderdale Lions do good against the Baltimore Royals? Not the Baltimore Royals, but rather the Atlanta Fire. Similar thing. Tap and run for one. Keep the runs flowing from one end of the ground. And then set the game up for Ashley Nurse and the bigger hitters later. Siddiqui now will operate to Malik, who will see his first delivery. Good start. On a length early. And again, the length has been so key. And Ahad Malik, he's been keeping wicket. He's been scorching in the heat. Back out with the gloves and the helmet on. Has to still be able to run those 1s and 2s. Cuts well. It'll be a run. Good way to open his accounts. Again, Siddiqui is going to search for that wicket. The wicket of Jaskar Malhotra here would bring a new batter into the middle and just take away the captain. Put a lot of the momentum in the Lightning favor. The drums have played a couple of times for the Atlanta Lightning. Not as many as they thought they would have, but with the way Siddiqui's bowling so far, you can sense that something's coming. They're bowling in tandem now, the Lightning. Siddiqui, McNally. We saw Malhotra get tempted into a slog sweep earlier. He's got to hold that shot. He loves to play it, but has to keep that one in the back pocket. Goes over the top of the offside. Too full, too wide, too easy. Malhotra waited for the bad ball, got the bad ball, pounced on it. Like we said, full, a bit of width on offer. And that shot's going to be 4 on any ground for Jaskar Malhotra. Doesn't matter how the surface is playing. If you give him that much width with that type of a length, all he has to do is help himself over covers. Again, we've seen this from the spinners, even Sarabjit Ladda, just getting too full at times, and that's when the batters have attacked them. And Siddiqui's going to want to pull that length back. Pull that length back and just keep Malhotra at bay. Does push it back, and Malhotra will pick up one. Good running. There's good batting. Really mature from the captain here for the Baltimore Royals. It'll close out a good 9th over, 47 for 4.
Took that last corner pretty quick.
Sir, I need 1 hand on the roof, 1 hand on the pump.
Timeout for Sunoco Go rewards.
Keep pumping.
With new Sunoco Go rewards, when you fuel, you save because rewards come first.
Neve McNally back for a second over. Still hasn't given up a run in 7 deliveries. Got the big wicket of Rithvik Behera. Can he strike again? McNally, he's such an asset for this Lightning side. Offers big hitting at the end, but also with the ball in hand. Is so good with his line, with his length. Knows what to bowl. Uses all of his experience. This one hits high on the bat of Malhotra again. Using the wicket well. Getting one to skid on to Justgrunt. That's hitting high up the handle there. We'll see how McNally continues to go about this over. Again, I just don't think the Lightning want to get bored with what they're doing. Let the batters change it up. At some point, you're going to have to score runs, and McNally hasn't given up any of those. Run down to third man. Use the width well. Malhotra, again, is not going to look to play on those flashing, flourishing drives and from anything hard on a hard length. He's going to look to run singles and doubles. And it's never going to look like a fluid innings, but it's a smart innings for Malhotra. It's hard to bat on this surface. Looks like he's exchanging some words with McNally at the moment. Still looks to be talking and eyeing the opposing team. Always amongst the battle, always amongst the competition is Malhotra. That's his nature. And we know McNally's not going to back down from any competition. Malik now pushes it to covers, but nowhere to go. Straight to that man. Again, if you need McNally, just pull that length back. Pull the length back a touch, you'd say. Looks like something's just come up on the wicket. You can see even McNally's patting it down. Now Malik pats it down. Some mind games maybe going on in the middle. Think about what Stuart Broad did with the bails to Marnus Labuschagne. Flipped him in the ashes. And then flipped Marnus Labuschagne, and he had to depart. Maybe just trying to impart some of that on the surface. Again, operate on that hard length. That's why he's been so good right throughout the day. Back to the length and takes the wedge. Has it taken the edge? It has. Ahad Malik goes, was off to the races, and the Atlanta Lightning strike yet again. You saw it earlier. The Fuller delivery sets up that thought of the covers for Ahad Malik. He likes to play in that area. This time, pulled the length back. Never easy to drive on the up. On this surface, it was always going to be tough. McNally, huge fist bump, huge celebration. And as the umpire's finger goes up, and something in the cards now for the Atlanta Lightning as the fifth wicket falls for the Baltimore Royals. This is why the Lightning have been ranked up top of the division all the way through. But this man can have something to say about it. Sahil Kapoor will join his skipper. And he had a really good innings back here against the team yesterday for his side. Yesterday came in against the Fort Lauderdale Lions and was able to score, keep the runs ticking, played to the situation really well. And so that's really the key here. With Malhotra doing that, can he do this, Kapoor? But Neve McNally has given up just one run, taken 2 wickets. Sharing some words with Malhotra as Parchman and McNally. Malhotra sharing them back. Again, friendly conversations and trash talk all the way through. Gotta love it. That's what competition is. It's heating up. The drums are starting to pound. Sounds like the beginning to Jumanji. Just hear the drums starting to come about. You know something's going to happen. Something's on the cards. As McNally will bowl here to Sahil Kapoor. So good on the length. Starts off really nicely there again. Tough here for Kapoor. Never going to be easy playing Neve McNally when he's bowling like this. 10 overs gone. It's anyone's game at this stage. 48 for 5. Siddiqui to bowl his third over. Ladies and gentlemen, get some Lakshmi foods because this game is going to go right down to the wire here in this final match of Labor Day weekend. This one's pushed down the ground. Malhotra is one of the leading run scorers in the 2023 Sunoco Minor League Cricket Championship, entering the weekend, and again has had a couple of starts here. Leading run scorers are all from the Southern Division. As Malhotra takes this into the leg side, will pick up one. But talking about the leading run scorers, you have Thajnarayan Chanderpaul in the Atlantic Conference. Thajnarayan Chanderpaul, Trayvon Griffith, Mark Parchman, Jaskar Malhotra. Those are your top four, all with 200 plus runs, and Chanderpaul with over 300 in the entirety of it. After leading the table, Malhotra's slipped to 13th, but still has that over 200 mark. Nicholas Skirton is the top with all the players. This one beats everything. Big shout, big shout. Yet again not given, yet again not given. Siddiqui upset. You can see hands on his knees. He thought he had the man. He thought he had Sahil Kapoor. The second time, it looked pretty similar to the one that was given not out earlier. Again, slowing this down. What a production. I saw on the back leg, I think that late movement might have just saved him. The late movement away from the stumps could have just kept that one missing leg, but always close, always close. Siddiqui is asking all the right questions. Asking all the questions Unlakchan would have wanted of too. Again, the drums are back out, banging for the Atlanta Lightning. They understand the magnitude of this game. Get them back to number one after missing the playoffs last season. As this one hit to backward point, no run on offer. The Lightning were so close. A loss to the Morsel Raptors in their final game, thanks to Matthew Ford, kept them out of the playoffs. They've missed it each of the past two seasons, looking for their first ever playoff berth. This one gets through, bat involved. It'll run into fine leg. They're going to come back for two. It's good bowling from Siddiqui, just unlucky, just unlucky. Threatening over from Siddiqui comes to an end. 11 overs gone, 51 for 5.
वक्त आ गया है लक्ष्मी बासमती राइस को घर लाने का। लक्ष्मी एक्स्ट्रा लॉन्ग बासमती राइस। इसका हर दाना हो इतना लंबा, पकते हुए महके और प्लेट पे क्या खूब खिले। हाँ, मेरे घर लाने का।
McNally back in for the third over. Bowling into the captain. Beats the outside edge. McNally's been so threatening. So ever threatening. And he's giving the Lightning all the life. 51 for 5. The Royals need 64 from 54. McNally a stare back down to Malhotra. A smile as he departs it. Both of whom have been sharing words with each other. Back and forth, back and forth. Fuller and Lake slowed it down. And Malhotra, again, a very smart innings. Doesn't have to go berserk. Plenty of batters in the dugout, but Malhotra's got to keep his wits about him. Has endured a lot of pressure. Very mature. You would think maybe a couple of years ago, probably would have tried something a little out of the ordinary. But with all of his experience, has kept himself calm, kept himself looking for singles. This could be a run out. Won't be. It won't be. And now they'll get this run. Now they'll get the run. Nearly the end of Sahil Kapoor there. As the skipper turned him back, a direct hit would have been all she wrote. Take another look. It's hit straight to the fielder. And you can see halfway down the pitch as that one's thrown. Knew he was gone and just missed it. McNally, no chance to get back. And then at the end, got that single scampering away. Good work, good work. From both sides, really. Nearly the 6th wicket. End up getting a single in the end of it. Nervy stuff. You can sense the pressure on both teams there. The Lightning felt like that wicket would have changed the game, and then the Royals just looking for a run. Sahil Kapoor forcing one there. You see Malhotra have his hand up at the end of that saying, there's no need. There's no need. You're still in front of the match, you'd say. This game is going down to the wire. On a length. Stays at the feet of Sahil Kapoor. It's a big ask. And McNally, this could be something you're eyeing as well if you're the Baltimore Royals. We'll have just an over left after this. Don't give your wicket away. Just keep it intact. Keep it intact. Bat through him. And then try to take advantage of some of the other bowlers. But when you talk about still having overs from Funny Samhadri, Hussain Thalat, and Pankaj Kumar Rao, don't forget about Junaid Siddiqui. Tough to imagine that. This one, a brilliant shot. Just a touch too full. Is going to hold up in the outfield. End up being just a couple of runs for the Baltimore Royals, but viable runs indeed. Needed that to the highest extent did the Baltimore Royals. And Sahil Kapoor was a confident-looking stroke. Again, we've mentioned it all day long. It's the length. McNally just looking to be a little bit too full, and that allowed the drive. Pull that length just slightly back and bite that drive again. You can see another edge go to that slip fielder who's been stationed. Again full. No run on offer. Clean pickup might have just led Jaskar Malhotra in a bit of trouble, but it will close out the 12th over, 54 for 5.
What's up, Doug? What got into you?
At Sunoco, we know how to fuel peak performance. Fuel your best.
Siddiqui's final over coming. Again, I think Malhotra would be eyeing the fact of just holding on. At this similar stage, there was a similar dip in the runs for the Atlanta Lightning, and it was due to wickets falling. For the Baltimore Royals, are keeping some wickets in hand here. 54 for 5. You remember the Atlanta Lightning were 55 for 5. Siddiqui in over left, McNally in over left. You have to imagine the skipper's looking to play through. Big slog sweep and bowled him. Can't do this. Not on this wicket. It's not one to sweep on. And Malhotra's patience, it's run out. And the captain's got to go. And Siddiqui, after all the hard work, after toiling for so long, finally gets his man. And this could be the moment in the match where the Lightning step out in front. You can hear the drums going through. They sense the moment. The whistle's blowing as well. It's, again, a very big moment. He toiled so hard for so long. It's his final over, Junaid Siddiqui. And Malhotra just couldn't help himself. Tempted, but on that length, never easy to sweep, staying incredibly low. Hitting the base of middle stump. And Siddiqui, you also would credit him after working so long, so hard, a well-deserved wicket. And another twist in this tail, the Lightning, you'd feel it out front. But Derval Green has made his way into the middle, and he's known as a big hitter. Have to shut down those temptations early on at least. The required run rate still under 8. It's not going to be about the runs, but have to hold on to these final 4 wickets, the Baltimore Royals. Again, Derval Green has predominantly come in at the end of innings and hit balls away in kind of a finishing or even just an accelerating role. Today it's a little bit different. Has to stick in. We saw him get in trouble with a slog sweep yesterday against the Fort Lauderdale Lions to a leg spinner. Can't fall into that trap against this leg spinner operating for the Atlanta Lightning. Nerves now, nerves for the Royals. No run on offer. Siddiqui, a little extra bounce there. Does he try to tempt it? Does he go for the kill? Is he looking for that wicket? Don't be surprised to see him just flight one up, similar to what he did to Malhotra. See if Derval Green is willing to swing through. A little bit fuller, and Green just pushes it down the ground. Mature response to that flighted up delivery. Required run rate now at 8. But again, very doable. Still 2 capable bats in the middle. But it's about holding on to the wickets. If Sal Kapoor can't sweep, very mature innings yesterday. Can he find a replicate of that today? Pushed into the offside. No run on offer. Creating some pressure. Just the 1 run in the over. The wicket of the captain. Does Kapoor succumb to it? What a game this one's turning out to be to close out Labor Day weekend in the 2023 Sunoco Minor League Cricket Championship. In the air, but short of the fielder. It's a good shot attempt there, given the width, the license to play that shot. Again, packing that field there. Siddiqui. Does he try to get one quicker through? Kapoor now has him on the back foot. Flights it up again. Mature single, very mature single. Straight back down the ground to close out. A good spell from Junaid Siddiqui. Just gives up 13 runs and takes the big wicket of Jaskran Malhotra. At the end of 13 overs, it's 56 for 6.
वक्त आ गया है लक्ष्मी बासमती राइस को घर लाने का। लक्ष्मी एक्स्ट्रा लॉन्ग बासमती राइस। इसका हर दाना हो इतना लंबा, पकते हुए महके और प्लेट पे क्या खूब खिले।
हाँ, मेरे घर लाने का।
Seven overs to go. McNally taken off, saving his overs. Mukchand goes to St. Thalath now. Starts with the wide. He struggled with the extras from this end of the ground. It's a gamble here. After so many tight overs, you can't gift away runs with extras. The Royals will take them in spades. It's been tough sledding out in the middle on the 12th consecutive inning on this very surface. And again, it's two-faced in nature. A bit of a viewing section now for this final match. As USA Under-15 Nationals end, all eyes on minor league cricket. Through the offside, wide that time, through the offside. Can't believe it was Hussein Thalath, but Umpire very quick to signal it. This is not good here. Move the score up to 58. And just 57 more runs required in 42 deliveries. It's still very much in the grasp of the Baltimore Royals. Just have to keep 4 wickets in hand. McNally just saying, if you keep it straight, some will jump, some will stay low. Attack the wickets. That's got to be the message to Thullet. Down the leg side, struggling. Again struggling with the line from this end of the ground. It was curious that Unmukchand went to Thullet from this end. This was the end he struggled with. The far end he bowled fine, just the one extra. This is the end that he struggled on in this particular innings. Could have brought back Funny Samhadri from here. A wicket taker and gone and over from him, but has opted for Thullet and right now is paying the price. Not a single legal delivery yet. And still won't be. Thullet is really struggling. He's got to find his line, got to find his length. The game is just taking another toll. Just 55 runs to get for the Baltimore Royals with 7 overs to go. Plenty of time to do it. Again, all that pressure that was building. We just saw a couple of 1-run overs. 4 runs, not a ball delivered, not a ball bowled. And Sahil Kapoor can just sit there now. No pressure. Good delivery there from Thullet. That's where you want to operate. That's the area. Can he consistently find this line? And now Parshman and McNally saying, Thullet, that's the area. That's the area. Jesse Bhutan getting in on it as well. Saying, you keep it there. We're going to win this game. And you saw that Kapoor was up very high for that delivery. Plenty of pace on Thullet. We've seen deliveries on a similar length stay low to even the paciest of bowlers. Through the leg side, McNally won't allow a single. Good sharp fielding at mid-wicket. Gonna be key, gonna be key. Just keep yourself tight. Make them earn the runs. Don't give them the extras and put good fielding together. You could just force the rash shot. Kapoor going to show the ability to be mature through his innings, but it's a lot to ask in the baking sun in a pressure situation. Chasing, much different than setting a total. Looking to cuts. There's a bit of width on offer, but that one's hung inside the wide line. A little extra bounce and carry to Unmukchand as well. Again, this is the great part about Thullet. When he's been out of a legal line, he's been hard to play. Haven't scored a lot of runs off the bats against Hussein Thullet. It's just been when he's aired into the wides. You think about the run score, the edge to third man, and the flick off the legs for 4. Cuts well, cuts in front of cover as well. It'll be 4 runs. Sahil Kapoor waited for his delivery, pounced on it quickly, and a big 4. Again, and those extras early on just make that an even bigger over. 8 runs now from it. Again, just sat on the length. Didn't quite come on, waited for it, and found 4 runs. Cuts again, gets this one behind square. Will just be 1. Kentala just has to escape the over here. 1 delivery left to go. We'll be bowling into Derval Green, who, if he gets an opportunity to pounce on some width, not only will it be 4, but it'll be a 6 onto the street. 9 runs from the over so far, after all the extras to start it. Does he try to go fuller and slow things down? He's asking Unmukchand to change the field. And Unmuk saying, no, you're going to bowl with this field. He sent back the long off, showing that he is going to go fuller. That's what this ploy would tell you. No, on a length again. Quick single taken. Good. from Derville Green and Sahil Kapoor. It'll close out a good 14th over for the Baltimore Royals. 3 sixes on the board.
Took that last corner pretty quick.
Sir, I need one hand on the roof, one hand on the pump.
Timeout for Sunoco Go Rewards.
Keep pumping.
With new Sunoco Go rewards, when you fuel, you save because rewards come first.
Well, how about this? Here Patel has been given the ball and looked like it was going to be Pankaj Kumar Rao, but seemed he might have been turned away from the umpire. He was just having a word with the square leg counterpart and didn't quite like the decision. He was pointing at his leg, not quite sure why exactly he was doing that, but nevertheless, it'll be the left arm spinner. Be bowling to Derville Green. Again, start on the length here. Don't get too full. It's good delivery. We'll get that single, but it's good. Not giving Derville Green room. Being on a length as well. John will have to have a lot of trust in the youngster to give him the ball at this stage. Again, very talented young man, but John again would have to have seen something in over the past couple of days. I'm sure he has. And the key is going to be the length throughout the over. Good bowling here from Patel. He's found his length early, and also he's seen the flight as well, drawing the batsman forward. And once they're there, they're almost forced to just stab at it. Good here from the young Patel. For Mukchand, again, he's enjoying what he's seeing from the young leggy, changing the angles. Sahil Kapoor, again, don't want him to be too rash. Stay patient. Did it well yesterday. Can he do that today? Stays back and cuts it in front of point. Find a run there. Again, this is going to be key. Just 47 runs to go get from 33 deliveries. Still, you would favor the Baltimore Royals with Derville Green and Sahil Kapoor in the middle. Still funny Samadhi to bowl. We'll see if Pankaj Kumar Rao can. Neev McNally's got an over left. So does Hussain Thalat. Looking to be on the back foot. Here Patel does well. Sharp work in the field. We've seen this from left arm spinners in USA cricket before. Think of Nash Kenjige. Not just for MI New York and Major League Cricket, but first side in minor league cricket with the Dallas Mustangs and for the USA. Ali Sheikh with the Dallas Mustangs as well. So athletic, agile in the field. Saving a run there. Derville Green, he looked up with frustration. Can't fall into that trap. Looked for it. Has to settle down. Derville Green. You see himself there. Saying, play straight, Derville, play straight. Again, when you've gone across the line, you've just played risk to the bounce. Just 2 runs from the over so far. An over that was supposed to go to Pankaj Kumar Rao. It's gone to here, Patel. Packing that area behind cover point, backward point, and a wide third man is all inside the ring. Pulls it. Has he got all of it? No, straight to the fielder. Derval Green thought he hit it all, but here Patel, he's taking the big man, Chand. He's got the hands up in the air, and here Patel, the young man, he's delivered in the clutchest of moments. Brings up the 7th wicket. Here Patel, entrusted with this over, does the job, gets Derval Green, and really the simplest of takes out in the deep. For a moment, you thought it was going to the boundary. Take a look. Again, we've seen Derval Green look to go across the line on the back foot, looking to do so again, and straight out to Jesse Bouton out there, who didn't move an inch. Huge, huge stuff here. And now it's shaky. It's ropey for the Baltimore Royals. It's 68 for 7 at the end of 15. They need 47 from the final 30. And they'll be without their main finisher in the middle. It'll be Shami Gotra, who joins Sahil Kapoor. Sahil has the ability, and Shami can throw the bat around, a real pinch hitter. But a real task to be had with just 3 wickets left in hand, needing 47 runs. Still overs from Funny Samhadri to come. Think about 1 for Neve McNally, 1 for Hussain Thalat. 5 overs, where do they go? Look at the bowling card here, Patel. He's got 3 left. McNally, he's got 1. Samhadri's got 2, and Pankaj Kumar Rao's got 2. Thalat's got 1. We'll turn to 1 of Samhadri's here. Here in the 16th. Does he have the 16th and 18th? Does he go 1 more of here, Patel, and then look to Neve McNally to close it? Interesting decisions to be had for Chand. We know where this 16th and this 18th over is going. From there, he's got 3 overs to fill. Has an over McNally. Has 3 from here, Patel. Has 1 from Thalat as well. But right now, it's Samhadri. Starts off with a dot ball, and now the runs start to matter. Don't want to save too many for the end. The required run rate moving towards 10 with every passing delivery. And this is where Funny Samhadri was so good last season. Took most of his wickets in the death. In the air, fielder in place, taken! The Atlanta Lightning well on their way, and the leading wicket taker in 2022 has one here. Brilliant from Funny Samhadri, just tempting Sahil Kapoor with the width. We've seen the width be punished all day long, but the variation of Funny Samhadri holds through. You take a second look at this delivery. As Sahil Kapoor walks off, he just slows it down. Look at the wrist work there. And just the toe end of the bat, straight out, down the throat to that cover fielder. And the Atlanta Lightning, after scoring just 114 runs, they look well on their way to victory. Just 2 wickets away now, with 2 overs of Funny Samhadri to go. And the young man, Aryan Batra, makes his way into the middle. And a lot left to be had. A lot left to be had for Batra and Gotra. 2 of the bowlers will have to score the remaining runs, and a lot of them to come. 47 needed in 28 deliveries. The Baltimore Royals will also want to play out their 20 overs as well. Just trying to keep their run rate intact as the Fort Lauderdale Lions. They claim to win against the Atlanta Fire as they continue their march for 3rd place. The Raptors still with a puncher's chance, and this loss will help their case as well. On the pads, big shout, says no, finger stays down. Not going to be an easy start in the middle for Aryan Batra. Just take a look at this. Yeah, definitely high. He was on the front foot. But, again, it's not going to be easy for Batra, who, again, is primarily a bowler. He's going to need to score in a hurry. The leading wicket taker from 2022. Slower ball, beats everybody, beats the outside edge, beats Chand. But Funny Samhadri yet to give up a run in the over. And all he's done is just take wickets and bowl dot balls. Very, very clinical. Pushed to mid-wicket. Well done. No run on offer. The intent was right from Batra. Get the big swinging. Shami Gotra on strike. But Batra unable to do anything with it. The Lightning clinical. This is why they're up top the division. Why they'll move to a solo spot up top, barring something miraculous from the Royals. Get a run. They could push for a second. Batra late to move for it. Shami Gotra says, no, let me take on the bowling strike. That's what you want if you're a Royals fan. He is the bigger hitter, but it'll be a single to close out the over. A very good one for Funny Samadhi. Just gives up the run. 69 for 8 after 16.
वक्त आ गया है लक्ष्मी बासमती राइस को घर लाने का। लक्ष्मी एक्स्ट्रा लॉन्ग बासमती राइस। इसका हर दाना हो इतना लंबा, पकते हुए महके और प्लेट पे क्या खूब खिले।
हाँ, मेरे घर लाने का।
Here Patel takes the wicket of Derval Green. Gets a second over now. In the death, the young lefty starts off well. Single on offer for Aryan Batra. And if the Royals have a puncher's chance, you'd say it's with this man, Shami Gotra. We heard Jay Ilhans talk about it yesterday, known as a pinch hitter. So when you look at his last remaining guy who can really take the charge and score these runs, but it's going to be very difficult against Here Patel, who's just hasn't missed the length yet. The big slog sweep comes out. It'll just be one to mid-wicket. You can see the intent from the Royals. They're looking for runs, but they're just hard to come by. It's clinical bowling. Lightning have understood it all the way through. We mentioned earlier, 115 never going to be an easy chase. It was always going to come down to the end. Could you hold on to wickets? And since that wicket adjusted from Malhotra, things just starting to tumble. Batra will get himself a single. And Shami Gotra is going to hope and pray that he gets a couple of full deliveries that he can swing through. Seems to enjoy that slog sweep. We'll have to cut that out on this surface. Play it straight. Meet it on the full. Short, pulled into the leg side. Will it beat the man out of the deep? It will. It will be 4 runs. The one time he's missed the length, straying down the leg side. Here Patel gives up 4. And again, Shami Gotra likes this area. Latched onto it early. 39 runs needed from 20 deliveries. It's going to take an incredible effort. Still doable with Shami Gotra in the middle. Mukchan just having a word with Here Patel there. Again, just maybe the one time he steered off course. Other than that, has been pretty consistent. I think even Mukchan is saying, hey, don't be afraid to give him some width. If he's looking to heave into the leg side. Another big swing. Inner half of the bat, just be 1. And again, you never know. If you just keep yourself in distance, you get to 25 from the final 2. You just see yourself in the game with the hitting ability of Shami Gotra. But still a tall, tall order. Batra's done well to find singles. And won't be able to find one here. Just hit back straight to Here Patel. Can you see the idea? But another good over for the Atlanta Lightning comes to a close. 17 overs gone. 77 for 8.
What's up, Doug? What got into you?
At Sunoco, we know how to fuel peak performance. Fuel your best.
Puncher's chance for the Baltimore Royals. 38 from 18. Gonna need some lusty blows down the ground. But Neve McNally's been so good. Giving up just a couple of runs, taking wickets. Bowled him, slower ball, undone, Shami Gotra. It's been Neve McNally's day with the bat and with the ball. He's picked up another wicket, Neve McNally. That's wicket number 3 for him. He's just given up 4 runs in his 3.1 overs so far. And he's off to the races. He's done the job. And that puncher's chance seemingly gone. Again, just knocking over middle stump. It's a slower ball, inviting Gotra to play that sweep, a slog across the line. And on that length, so tough to play. Again, the task was ever so impossible before. Now, McNally can finish it off with just one final blow. Looking for the knockout punch will be Sarbjeet Ludda. In again, not known for his exploits with the bat. Has looked to play some innovative strokes in the past and could look to play a reverse sweep. McNally signaled it straight away to Mukchand, and he sent back fine leg for that very shot. So asking him to play over the top of long off is McNally. And I'm wondering what the message is. Is it just to finish out 20 overs? Don't be bowled out. Help the net run rate just ever so slightly. Or is it to, hey, look, you never know. Keep yourself in the game. Pushed away. Will pick up 1. Get himself off the mark. And again, I think the job for these two now, in the eyes of the Baltimore Royals, play out 20 overs. You're still in contention for that 3rd spot. With the Lions win, the Raptors loss. Now your loss. You're right in the thick of it. Kept the Raptors alive. A win here for the Royals could have really eliminated the Morsel side. Fuller, Strader, dealt with well by Aryan Batra. Just pushing down the ground. And these two, I don't think are going to look to do anything extraordinary. You can see hands on hips for Neve McNally. He's searching for another wicket. He wants 4. He wants to finish things off before 20. Again, with this win, the Lightning, they'll move to the top of the table in the Southern Division in a vital Labor Day weekend in terms of playoff position. And Ludda just defends it away. Again, not looking to really score here, looking to finish things off and just play out 20. But like we're saying, the Lightning, they'll move to the top of the table, basically securing their spot into the playoffs. The Atlanta Fire spot practically secured as well. It's just number 3. Will it be the Royals? Will it be the Lions? Will it be the Raptors? Right now, it's the McNally show. It's all about Neve. He's been so good, McNally. On a length, consistently. Hasn't given much width, and since that initial wicket of Behera, has created all kinds of tension for the batters as the zing bails and the zing stumps slide up. Final delivery of this 18th over. The umpire just has to deal with the stumps in the ground right now. Yeah, it looks like as soon as he just stepped off, Bale's lit up, not sure. But Bale not dislodged. Final delivery for McNally. No single on offer. It's been a brilliant, brilliant game-changing spell from Neve McNally. Talking about 4 overs, just giving up 6 runs, taking 3 wickets, and a maiden involved as well. What a bowling innings it's been for the Atlanta Lightning. And Neve McNally's led from the front. 18 overs gone, 79 for 9.
वक्त आ गया है लक्ष्मी बासमती राइस को घर लाने का। लक्ष्मी एक्स्ट्रा लॉन्ग बासमती राइस। इसका हर दाना हो इतना लंबा, पकते हुए महके और प्लेट पे क्या खूब खिले।
हाँ, मेरे घर लाने का।
Pankaj Kumar Rao to bowl the 19th over. And this is the message from the dugout for the Royals. Just keep things away. Even with this loss, still some positives to be had. Shami Gotra with the ball was fantastic. So was Derval Green. Jaskar Malhotra able to find some rhythm there. Good as ever was Sarbjit Ladda. And Neo Navrekar. It's just the fact that the batting has let them down. Again, have to put their hands up and take control of their innings. This one might have caught him on the helmet. Gonna hope he's okay, Aryan Batra. Maybe just below. Looking for the ball was the umpire, but I do think it's hit him in the head and neck area. Gonna hope he's okay. Batra, you can see man coming in to the middle. No, they're not calling him anywhere. Again, seeing he's all right, Batra, but we're just mentioning you still have Aryan Batra, good bowler. It's just about the batting. Hasn't quite fired. They're missing something up top of the order. Losing quick wickets. Haven't been able to build a partnership up there. So something to think about as this one misses the stumps. Staying incredibly low. And again, it's a difficult surface. They're not going to fault too many of the batters. Even think about the way Neo Navrekar got out today. Ball just kept very low on him. It's not easy to play at this Button Viers Cricket Complex. It won't be back down here to play. But we'll be at Church Street Park as Batra will get a single down the ground next weekend at the Church Street Cricket Festival. And when they're back there, we'll need to really beat the Atlanta Fire to keep the other teams at bay. Again, the Raptors would have to win out, need losses from everybody. But the Lions, they can still do this thing. And even with wins from the Royals, can claim their spot. So winning has to be done. This one finds the body of Sarbjit Ladda. Will pick up a single. Again, just looking to close to the 20th over. All the Baltimore Royals don't want to take too big of a hit in their net run rate. The Southern Division, again, it's firm up top the order. Atlanta Lightning, they're at 12 points currently. They'll move to 14 after today's win. The Atlanta Fire sit at 10 points. The Baltimore Royals, they're 4-3 at the moment. We'll move to 4-4, stuck at 8. As this one's lifted into the offside. A good shot there from Batra. Won't be the fielder. And they could come back for 2. This could be the end of the innings. Nope. Awkward bounce off the pitch. Fort Lauderdale's also currently seated at 8 points on the table. We'll get more into that coming into the next over. At the end of the 19th over, it's just a foregone conclusion at this point. The Baltimore Royals, they're 83 for 9.
Took that last corner pretty quick.
Sir, I need one hand on the roof, one hand on the pump.
Timeout for Sunoco Go Rewards.
Keep pumping.
With new Sunoco Go rewards, when you fuel, you save because rewards come first.
Honey Samadri will close things off at this final over. Looking back at that points table, the Morsha Raptors at 4 points, Lauderdale at 8. And the Baltimore Royals will stick at 8 points today. A couple of games to go up in Morrisville. The Raptors with 4. And that's why they're still involved in the conversation, the Morrisville Raptors, for that third spot. Just because they still have 4 games remaining. The Royals will have 2. Lauderdale will have 3. The Lightning, they'll have 2 games, and the Fire will also have 3 games to go. And those 2 Atlanta sides will be in the playoffs like we thought coming into the year. And Funny Samadri has taken a wicket to close things out. Funny Samadri, what a win it is for him. What a win it is for the Atlanta Lightning. We're put under pressure early with the bat, but respond well with ball in hand. And they finish things off 83 for 10. are the Baltimore Royals, and they were led by the bowling of Neve McNally's 4 overs, 6 runs, 3 wickets. Pankaj Kumar Rao's 3 overs, 15 runs, and 2 wickets. And Funny Samadri's 3.2 overs, 14 runs, 3 wickets to his name. Some scores for Jaskar Malhotra, 23 from 38, 11 from 20 for Sahil Kapoor. But the Atlanta Lightning led in front with the ball, and they jump to number 1 in the Southern Division. And they are well on their way to the playoffs. They've secured that spot there. The Atlanta Lightning do what they need to do on Labor Day weekend. Coach happy, captain happy, team happy. This is a side that is all heads up for the Baltimore Royals. Time to regroup, look to Morrisville to get some wins to lock down number 3. We thank you for joining us on this Labor Day weekend. Thank you for tuning into all the coverage of this 2023 Sunoco Minor League Cricket Championship. For myself, Amal Patel, for our producer and director, Babar Beg, we thank you for joining us, and we'll see you next time. Boldham, stayed low. We've seen this time and time again. It's just a tricky wicket to bat on. Outside edge, flies past, first slip. Strays down the leg side, always going to be 4. Far too straight. This time, 2 noises, but he's missing the in the air, away from the fielders. No one in the deep on the offside. In the air, in the gap. It'll race towards the boundary, and he'll pick up. They respond. Bowls him. It's what he does. And 4 Hrithik Behera got on this one. Seam up, width on offer, full length. In the air, but away from the fielder. Chance of a run out. Direct hit. Straight to backward point. He thought he finally had something. It was hit very, very firmly. Goes over the top of the offside. Too full, too wide, too easy. Back to the length and takes the edge. Has it taken the edge? It has. Ahad Malik goes. Big slog sweep and Boldham. Can't. Cuts well. Cuts in front of cover as well. It'll be 4 runs. Pulls it. Has he got all of it? No. Straight to the fielder. Derval Green. In the air, fielder in place, taken. Short, pulled into the leg side. Will it beat the man out of the deep? It will. It will be 4 runs. The one, again, just knocking over middle stump. It's a slower ball, inviting. Go through to play that sweep, a slog across. Coming into the year, and Funny Samadri has taken a wicket to close things out. Funny Samadri, what a win it is.
You're watching the Sunoco Minor League Cricket Championship, brought to you by our 2023 partners.